Yeah, so you're the manager of the store?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm having a problem with the pharmacy area, and before I called the state to get involved in this, I was just transferred. I talked to two people back there, and they were supposed to transfer me to the pharmacist, and I'm assuming it's a man today because he answered. And as soon as he answered, he hung up on me before I can say anything. So I guess they too busy to talk to patients or whatever y'all call it, customers. So um I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not either. I mean, I know she just told me to pick up the phone and it was it parked correctly? But if you're saying that you went to the pharmacy, I guess I'm gonna have to have a conversation with the pharmacist because I'm not sure. I mean, I know they are a little bit behind back there, so that it's a little busy.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be hanging up on people. That's my point.
Correct.
Right,
You are
because
correct.
I was on hold for an hour, right? Which tells me that they're busy. You're getting lots of phone calls in. I'm on hold for over an hour, and then when I get through, I speak to two different people. Two different persons. And then when they told me I need to talk to the pharmacist, he hangs up on me. So
Okay. What is the issue that you are looking to get resolved? Like,
uh, okay, so yesterday, day before yesterday, I had an e-script sent to your store. Okay, and through the doctor, because it's a narcotic, it's e-scripts. They said that it was an issue, so I called the following day, which was yesterday, and we're finding out that they tried to charge my secondary insurance first. But anyway, long story short, I tell them that they're charging the wrong insurance. They tell me they don't see the right insurance. Then I give them the right insurance. They tell me that insurance is valid. So I talk to my insurance company. They say it's valid. I talk to them again. They tell me it's invalid. So then I'm like, look, this is on y'all end. So then they actually see that my insurance is valid. But this the kicker, right? So this when I found out that when she told me my insurance wasn't valid, I asked, okay, how much is it? I'll pay for it. She told me that I couldn't pay for it. I'm like, why can't I pay for it? She says, because you have insurance. I said, but you're telling me I don't have insurance, right? So I start thinking, like, what is this woman doing, right? Because it's a narcotic. It's a narcotic. She told me she had it because she counted them out to make sure she has it. But then she don't want to sell them to me. She don't want to. She don't want to sell them to me. She's claiming my insurance no good. We got the insurance portion fixed, which it was valid. I don't know. I don't understand why they kept telling me it wasn't valid, but it was. I had to get my insurance company involved for them to then say, "Oh, yeah, we do see it's valid," right? So now I called back yesterday evening to after it's straightened out, and they tell me, okay, it'll be ready in 2 hours. And then my husband go to pick it up, not in 2 hours, but 4 hours later, and it wasn't ready. Okay, so I called back this morning so we could get it straightened out to figure out why isn't it ready? Can I come get it? And they tell me they don't have it. And I'm like, but you told me you had it. You even verified with me you had it yesterday. You gave me a price on how much it was gonna cost me. Um, and now today I'm calling to get this straightened out. They tell me that the lady I spoke to, she must have put him to the side somewhere. So now it's really suspicious, right? It's a narcotic. She put him to the side somewhere. They can't find him. And I need to wait till 4 o'clock when she comes in. So if I wait till 4 o'clock when she comes in, my doctor's office is gonna be closed, and then I'm gonna have to deal with this a whole tomorrow. Because it's an e-script. It's not like I have a handwritten script that I can grab from y'all and take it to another pharmacy, right? Well, you probably don't know that. I'm sorry, you're not in that department. But the way this work is,
right, you can't transfer it. Correct.
Right. So here I am. This the
so that's you. I mean, she's not here at 4, so you'll be here at 2.
Okay, but they told me 4, and that's the thing: the lies, the stories, the trickery.
I mean, unless she told them that she was coming in late. I know she stayed a little bit yesterday, but either way, I mean, I'm the manager. She should have told me. So what's your birthday? Let me get your birth date, your phone number, and then I will go back and see if I can find it.
Okay, so my birthday is November 21, 69.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Call. Motherfucker, people lie. Let me see.
Hi, thanks for calling Walgreens. Para continuar en español, how can I help you today? So I can help you best. What are you calling about today? You can say things like, refill my prescription, or check my order status. Let's try this another way.
Help me with something else.
Let me find someone to help you. Just so you know, we're open every day from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., connecting you to the store. Please remain on the line to speak with a member of our staff.
Did they say it's connecting me too? Wait a minute. I have no idea. I don't know what to do. Hey Siri, call Walgreens.
Uh-huh. Hi, thanks for calling your 24-hour Walgreens at the corner of Route 7 and 40 in Bear. Para continuar en español, oprima 9. How can I help you today?
Talk to the pharmacist.
Okay, the pharmacy. What would you like to do? Refill a prescription?
Something else. The pharmacy is open 24 hours, but closed for a meal break at 1:30 a.m. until 2 a.m., connecting you to the pharmacy. Now what's going on? What's going on?
Please remain on the line to speak with a member of our staff.
They hung up on me. This way, what the hell is going on with these folks? This is a whole nother Walgreens.
Hi, thanks for calling your 24-hour Walgreens. Para continuar en español, oprima 9.
Me no
How can I
speak.
help you today? Please tell me more about what you need so I can get you to the right place.
Talk to the pharmacist.
Okay, the pharmacy. What would you like to do? Refill a prescription? Get a
Help me with
prescription
something else.
The pharmacy is open 24 hours, but closed for a meal break at 1:30 a.m. until 2 a.m. Connecting you to the pharmacy.
Put on some clothes and just go here.
Please remain on the line to speak with a member of our staff.
Mm-hmm. And he hung up. He hung up on me again. Okay, they having system problems. Let me see what I should do. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Okay. Hey Siri, call pain management on speaker.
Please listen to the following options carefully as they have recently changed. This is a medical emergency. Please hang up and dial 911. Transfer to the operator. Switch from oxy to morphine immediately release sometimes one week.
Yeah, it's been like 3 days, and I'm not sure what's going on with Walker.
Is it the morphine 15 milligrams?
Yes.
Okay. So let me. They're out of stock of the immediate release. And you usually take Oxycontin?
Yes.
All right. And then do you want the.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to send a message to your provider now.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Not a problem. I'll give you a call back once he messages me back. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Have a good one.
You too. Oh my God. Walgreens is not going to call me back, but I am going to call the state on them. Okay. Because I bet you that pharmacist is stealing drugs, because the way that went yesterday and the day before, but mainly yesterday, she claimed she had them, right? She had them, but then she kept saying my insurance wouldn't go through. I'm like, lady, what do you mean my insurance won't go through? I said, who are you billing? She said, we're billing the people who paid last month. I said, yes, I've had this insurance for many years. She said, well, it's showing not valid. So I called the insurance company. And they're like, we don't even see where they tried to bill it. And I'm like, she said she tried to bill it. In fact, my phone tells me that she tried to bill it. They said, no, nothing came through our system at all. Because I kept telling her, I don't need approval for this medicine. Because I was only getting a test 1 week supply because it's new to me, right? Um, so I was only getting 1 week to see if it works. And if it works, then they would change it to that. So I don't need approval from the insurance. They gonna pay for it. And I told her that, but she's like, oh, they're saying you're invalid. So I called them. They say, well, we don't see where they even tried to bring it through. So I call her back and she says, well, I'm putting it through. And I said, well, what insurance are you putting it through? And that lady said, she said first state. I was like, first state? I said, why are you bringing it through first state? I I'm like, why are you bringing it through first state? I said that I don't. That's in wrong insurance. I don't know what you're talking about. And she said, oh well, I don't know what the name of the insurance company is because it's not listing it. And I said, well, what make you assume that it's first state then? Like, what about me talking to you? Have you assuming that I'm going through first state, which is, by the way, Medicaid, right? Either Medicaid or Medicare. Um, I said, well, what is it about me that make you assume? She said, I assume that is the first date. I said, but what is it about me that make you assume? then, so I'm telling her, I don't know what profile she's looking at or what she's looking at. And she's like, is this you? I'm like, yeah. She said, well, that's what I said, but that's not what insurance I have. So I give her all the information. She says it's not going through. I'm like, ma'am, okay, how much is the medicine? She says, I can't sell it to you. You can't sell it to me. Why? Oh, because you have insurance. I said, yes, but you're telling me I don't have insurance. If you're telling me I don't have insurance and I don't want to argue with you, I'll take care of it on the back end. How much is the medicine? Oh, man, I can't sell it to you. I said, that don't make no sense. That you can't sell me medicine. That's what you do. You are the pharmacist. And then so I'm arguing with her and I'm like, why can't I buy the medicine? Because you have insurance. I said, but you're telling me my insurance won't cover it? In fact, she didn't say my insurance won't cover it. She says that I don't have insurance. So I'm like, how much is it? And then I get in an argument with her and tell her what she's telling me doesn't make sense. Because if you're telling me you're telling me I don't have insurance on the end, but then you're telling me that you can't sell it to me because I do have insurance. And then she gives me a price. She tells me it's $21. So I'm like, cool. I said, I'll come and pay for the medicine. And then on the back end, you're going to end up giving me a refund. Right? I already know how this works because I've dealt with people like this at these places before. These people be addicts. Okay. They be working in the pharmacy area and they be stealing. Now, this is the perfect time for her to steal medication, right? Because she tells me she has it just enough. And then it comes up missing because after I talked to my insurance and got it all straightened out, I talked to another person. She runs it and she tells me, oh, I give her the number. She says, well, the profile says that I'm putting in the wrong gender. I said, oh, so you putting it in as O1 instead of O2, right? My whole number plus O1 is for the person who the insurance is really under. O2 will be for the spouse. O3 and O4 and O5 will be for children and shit like that, right? So when she tells me, oh, it's showing wrong gender, I'm like, oh, well, I said, that's on y'all end. You can fix it. Now I'm speaking to somebody else. So she fixes it and it runs and go through. And then she tells me, oh, we don't have the drug. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have it? She said, the system says we don't have it at all. and we haven't had it in a while. And I'm like, what you mean you don't have it and you haven't had it in a while? I said, I spoke to the pharmacist and she told me she had it. So then she speaks to the pharmacist, right? And the pharmacist said, I don't know what she told her, but she said she had it. So she told me it'd be ready in 2 hours. 2 hours would have been like 7 o'clock. Hubby went to go pick it up at like 8:30 and it wasn't ready. And I'm like, hubby said they didn't have it. I'm like, what you, they told you didn't have it. And I asked him why he didn't call me because I was asleep. I asked him why he didn't call me so I can get this shit straightened out. Okay. Because I'm not going to play with these people. Right. You got a thief there stealing shit and I'm the casualty, right? I'm the one who doesn't get her medication. And let me tell you, so the type of medications I'm on, I get a 30-day supply. I cannot get my script again until those 30 days are up. And I'm on medications that you cannot just stop, right? I can't decide I'm not going to take no medication today. In fact, it shouldn't be that way, right? Because if it's something I need, then I need it, right? So I'm supposed to get my medication on this day. I can't get it until that day. And then I run into issues with these people playing around with you. So I was supposed to have my medication on Tuesday. And here we are on Thursday. And I still don't have my medicine. Because, and it has nothing to do with the doctors. It has nothing to do with my insurance. It has to do with this company, the pharmaceutical, the pharmacists, and they are in there stealing fucking drugs. And now I'm gonna have to start counting my pills because I no longer trust them anymore. Okay, you tell me you have something, but then you don't have it, and then I even had them check because maybe when I was having an insurance problem, right? If I'm having an insurance problem, they was thinking, I was thinking, well, maybe somebody else came in with the same script and they gave it to that person, right? You would think, okay, well, since you was having an insurance problem and they didn't really bill you, they they didn't really bill you. I gave them the right number. They call it. That's my husband's phone. I was, thinking maybe they gave them to somebody else. Somebody else came in with the script. They gave it to them first come first serve. But no, I had them check. I said, well, did somebody else come and get theirs filled and they got them? And they said no. So now they're looking to see where those pills are. And I said, well, is it normal that somebody would take drugs out of the safe and hide them? Because they say they can't fucking find them. What you mean you can't fucking find them? I said, lady, this is a narcotic. It's supposed to be in the safe. If you didn't give them to anyone and nobody ordered them where they might be in a bag waiting for them to pick them up, then that means they're supposed to be in the safe. What you mean she might have put them somewhere for safety purposes? Isn't the safe where they're supposed to be for safety purposes? And so that's why I'm gonna call the state on them. I'm gonna call the state on them because they doing some fishy shit. And I don't care what they do, right? Still do whatever, but um give me my medicine. Okay. So I just called my doctor and have them switch it all back to what it was originally. Cause they telling me she don't come in until 4. They told me she comes into at 4 and I could call in at 4. And my argument is my doctor's office will be closed by 4. So that means I'm gonna have to go a whole nother day without getting this resolved. And then I think y'all heard me speaking to the Walgreens store manager. And when I told her, they said she don't come in till 4. She says, well, no, she comes in at 2. And they don't know, she don't know why they told me she don't come in till 4. I said, well, they told me she comes in at 4. And not only did they tell me she come in at 4, right? That she comes in at 4 and I could call, but And I explained to her that my doctor's office will be closed by then. And she says, well, even if they called them and she told them she won't be into 4, she was supposed to call her and tell them she's not at 4. And that's why she went back there. So this is like my second time in all these years running into something like this, and they found out the person was stealing. So now they got a whole pharmacist, not the people who work with the pharmacist. The pharmacist is the thief in that motherfucker. And that's how simple it is to catch them. And that's why you're supposed to call, because they get away with this type of shit. If people just let everything go, whatever they tell you, you just be like, okay, fuck all that. Okay. And then they cover for each other, right? Because I talked to 2 people today. The first person said, oh, you need to speak to the pharmacist. After I told her everything, she goes to get the pharmacist, and another just person comes on, and I said I'm supposed to be talking to the pharmacist, and she said, well, he's busy, maybe you can explain it to me, maybe I can help you. And I'm thinking to myself, if the lady who just answered, who has your same position, couldn't help me, then what make you think you could help me? But I didn't tell that to her. I didn't say it. So I go through the whole spiel again, only for her to tell me, oh, you need to speak to the pharmacist, right? Because when I start questioning about these people billed me, y'all. I got billed. And the reason I know I got billed is because I got a notification. When she told me how much it cost, that mean they billed me. That means as soon as the insurance went through, that's how they know the insurance went through, because they billed it. They billed it, told me how much I was going to have to pay for the copay, right? She told me that my second insurance won't need a prior auth. I said, I'm not going to wait for it. I'll just pay the $5. And they told me I'd be ready in 2 hours. That means they billed me. But the medicine is missing. That's the only reason I couldn't pick it up, is because it's missing. And now they're talking about maybe she put it to the side somewhere. And I'm like, this is a narcotic. In fact, it's morphine, right? One of the strongest narcotics out there. And you mean to tell me is she hid it under some coat somewhere? She put it somewhere where nobody could find it? Are you serious, lady? Are are you telling me that she was protecting it for little old me, and now nobody in the whole building could find it? And I'm about to call the state on their ass right now. That don't make no sense. I'm gonna give the the store manager a chance to give me a call. They probably back there getting ready to fire some people. They probably calling the police. See, they're gonna have to call the police and all kinds of, because Walgreens will lose their ability to disperse drugs at that location if they don't get this shit straightened out. And they could tell I'm not letting this shit go. Okay, she gonna have to explain where she put the motherfucker pills. She probably took them to her house. That's probably where she took them. Okay, because it don't make sense. These drugs go in a safe. Narcotics go in an actual safe. And that's crazy. Anyway, I just need to record. I'm waiting. The only reason I ain't in this yet is because I need to record when they call me. Because, see, they will switch up truths, mix up lies, and all kinds of things. They'll claim that I said something I didn't say, and I don't have any other way of recording this shit. The only thing I could think about was going live, and I think I put it on private, but I'm not sure because I click. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm hoping it's private because it was supposed to be for privacy. Um, so they can't claim that I'm saying something different now than I would be saying later. Um, I don't know how long I should wait for them to call me. How long it's been? God damn, 31 minutes. I done called it. So I called my doctor's office so they could switch it back. So what's happening with the meds that I'm on? I've been on them for a while, right? And what happened? They change medicines when they stop working. Okay, and I have to go get a lot of different tests so they can find out, you know, uh, why they're not working, and then they can make other options, right? But some of these medicines I'm on is for people who have cancer, and that's because it's my back. My back is all messed up, right? This space I have in my vertebrae, the bottom and the top. The only part of my back that's that don't hurt is the center part of my back, but my upper back and my lower back is all twisted. So I have extreme pain. And now we're finding out that the problems in my leg, because I remember I have one leg that swells and unswell, that has to do with my lower back. Okay, on my L side, I think it's in between the L1 and the L3. I might be wrong with the numbers because I have problems with my C, with the C's and the L's. I think the C's is the upper back. Somebody said you're live. And it's not private. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I'm live and not private. Okay, I just got to be careful what I say. Did I give out my name? Y'all already know my name. Did I give out my phone number on here? Y'all have my phone number. Um, but did I give out? I didn't have to give out no social, did I? No. My address, y'all already got that. If y'all wanted to, that's no big deal. Um, yeah. Okay, cool. I don't think I gave out anything too private. But okay, anything I was saying on here though is for whoever I had to pop this in front of. These thieving ass uh people who not in pain, but they addicted to drugs and they work around drugs, right? And even if they not addicted, y'all, these meds go for a fucking lot of money on the street. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. If I didn't need these drugs, my ass will be set every motherfucking month. Okay, these pills going for $30 a pop on the street. I'm talking about one pill cost is $30 on the street. Okay, so if I add that up, basically 90 pills, right? Let me add that shit up. And that don't make no sense for me to even know because I don't sell no pills. First of all, I'm not a criminal to be selling no pills. And second, did I say secondly? Yeah, I think I said second. That means thirdly, I need my medication. Okay. But imagine working in a store only getting, even if you get $20 an hour, but one pill is more than you get in an hour. And you work around that shit. And yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Let me see what that is. 30. I am interested in finding out. 30 times 90. Okay. 2,700, $2,700. Um, wow. No wonder. But anyway, so maybe they're not addicted. Maybe they just realize that's a lot of money. I'm gonna start counting my pills. When they give them to me, they when they give it to you, they put the initial and circle it, the number, and they're supposed to verify that they verified that's the all right amount of pills. But this is my thing, right? I never, I used to count them. Like when the last time this happened to me was a few years ago at another Walgreens. And so when I stopped trusting them, then I stopped trusting them. That means I come home and I would count them. And so I did that for maybe like 4 months and then I stopped counting. I just figured, okay, it seems cool. Um, and now I'm gonna have to every time I go for the next few months, I'm gonna start counting my pills because they could take one pill. for me, another pill for somebody else. They could do that all day and they'll end up with a lot of pills. Okay. Um, so yeah, they will circle and put their initials. But then think about this. Suppose I claim, no, I'm missing 3 pills. How would I prove that I was actually missing 3 pills? So that's when when I would open the bag, I would actually record myself. I think I might still have a couple of recordings where when I get the bag, hubby will give it to me because he picks them up. That's because my driving license expired. I can't even pick up my own medicine. My driving license expired, and you need a license when you pick up narcotics, right? So, and you got to be a valid, which is dumb as hell. Okay. Um. Anyway, so if I will record myself opening the bag, let them see that the tag is still there, the bag is still stapled. I open the bag and then I record myself counting that shit. Okay, that's a lot. I shouldn't have to do all that, but I do. Okay, and y'all see that. I'm gonna call him back, and I'm not gonna be nice when I call him back neither, because if she went back there to talk to him, she could have called me back and told me something, and she hasn't. And they're not. Okay, they're not. They're not gonna call me back. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give her 2 motherfucking more minutes. Okay, 2. That's it. What time is it? I'm giving her 2 minutes. Hey Siri. No. And I knew she was gonna go back there when I mentioned I'm gonna call the state. Call the state on their ass. Cause they have, I'm not sure if y'all ever seen where a Walgreens or store that has a pharmacy in it and they're not able to no longer deal with drugs anymore. Okay. Or yeah, they lose that little ability to do that for a certain amount of time due to some shit that happened at that location. Okay. Let me see. And you know who has the Walmart. If you go to Walmart to get some medication, you'll find that they don't give out no narcotics. Okay. Especially in certain areas, they'll be like, well, we don't have that because they don't have the ability, a lot of them. Uh, I think Walmart, they were claiming people were breaking in and stealing the drugs. How they gonna break in and steal in the motherfucking drugs that's supposed to be inside a safe? Okay, the drugs supposed to be in the safe. Let me call. 2 minutes is up. It may not be 2 minutes, but by the time I get through to them, it'll be 2 minutes. Okay, tell me you gonna call me back. I expect a call back. That's that Walgreens. It's a couple of different numbers. I think this is it. Why they say Wilmington? I don't know why they say Wilmington. Suppose I called the wrong Walgreens. And it's calling their whole system. Walgreens' whole phone system messed up right now. The call failed. What the hell is going on with the people? That's that Walgreens, which is my 24-hour Walgreens. This is
Hi, thanks for calling Walgreens at Community Plaza in Newcastle.
mhm.
Para continuar en español, oprima 9. How can I help you today?
Store manager.
All right, let me find someone to help you. Sure, connecting you to the store manager. Please remain on the line to speak with a member of our staff.
Wow.
Hello, and thank you for calling Walgreens. This is Cindy. Can I help you?
Yes. Is this the store manager?
No, I can get the manager for you. Hold on one second.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've been going through a lot of pain, you know, um, waiting for them to adjust meds, and some of the meds don't work at all. Um, so the good thing about pain management, they know what they're doing. They don't just give you 30-day supply of something that may not work at all. So they'll give you like a week supply, see if it works. Make sure you don't get sick on it. And then if I say, okay, it works, then I'll get a month supply. So they, for the last like 4 months, we've been switching. And I end up going back to the same thing because I know at least I get some relief, but some of the drugs have made me sick.
Thank you for holding this, Heather. How can I help you?
Yes, is this the store manager?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi. I think I spoke to you maybe like 20 minutes ago.
Miss Edwards?
Yes.
Yes.
And you said you were gonna call me back, or I figured they would call me or somebody.
Yeah, I said I would call you back. I didn't see it back there. So I tried reaching out to the pharmacist. I'm waiting for her to call me back. The
Oh,
pharmacist that was yesterday because it's not where it's supposed to be. And it's not on the counter anywhere back there. So I'm waiting for her to get back to me so I can see if she like put it maybe in a different safe or like off to the side since she told you she would hold it. But we haven't found it. So
okay. And but I billed? I was billed. So but you can't find it.
it's printed to be filled. It's not processed like completed.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because they couldn't find it. Is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so I thought you was walking to the back to find out from them what was going on. You were gonna call me back because you said
They said it's not here. Maybe she put it to the side. We told her that, and I'm like, and then I had a conversation about like showing empathy and understanding that just because they call mad today doesn't mean that this is the only time they've had an issue. Like maybe she's been dealing with this for a couple of days. Like you need to understand, blah blah blah.
right.
But I just thought since they weren't, I didn't find it, and they said they couldn't find it, I would just reach out to the pharmacist that you spoke to yesterday.
Okay.
I mean, she's this afternoon, but if I can, I'm waiting for her to get back to me. And then maybe she could tell me where, if she counted it out, where did she put it?
Right.
Like, did she put it off to the side because, with the insurance issue or whatever, like, I don't know. So I'm waiting for her to get back to me um, so that I can make sure that it's actually here.
Okay.
I would call you and say, oh, nope, I didn't find it. So, and like leave you hanging. I figured, let me see if I could get some information before I call back and,
Right.
so you knew what was going on.
Right. I understand. And I know, like, though we're not talking about just an aspirin, right? We're talking about a narcotic that's supposed to be in the safe. And now we got a whole group of people saying that it's lost when it's supposed to be where it's supposed to be. And so they started to tell me they didn't have it and that they never had it. And so that's why I got frustrated, right? Because I was like, no, she counted it out, while I was on the phone with me. So anyway, but yeah, I'm not happy. Because I was supposed to have this medication 3 days ago. And so I had to call my doctor's office. But okay, so so you're gonna contact me after you talk to her? Because before I call the state, I just need to know what's going on because you know this is a narcotic and they supposed to know exactly where it is. And since it's not like she the only person worked there, she shouldn't be hiding it where only she could find it. It should be there for when she's not there, other people can give it to me, right?
Correct. I
Right.
mean, that's called the state means, but I mean, I'll go ahead. I'm waiting for her to get back to me. So
Okay.
I didn't look in the system to see what the on hand was or how many we're supposed to have or any of that. I just was trying to resolve your issue as quick as possible.
Right.
And I figured she was the one that dealt with it yesterday. She had the bottle in her hand. She would know where it was if she put it in a different spot or, whatever. So
Okay.
I just figured I would go that route. And then, obviously if it's not found, I mean, it's on her as to where it went. So that's an internal.
Internal saying, yeah. Okay. No, I understand that. Okay. Thank you. So I'll wait. What do you know what time is she coming in at 2 or 4? Because they said 4, you said 2.
She's scheduled at 2.
Okay.
And she's the store manager, so if she's not coming, she's supposed to let me know.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know if they said 4 just to give her a little bit of time when she got here, so she wasn't like bombarded when she walked in the door. But I jumped right over that and texted her when she's not here because I'm not
Okay.
I'm not okay with things hanging out for hours and hours and hours. And then at 4 o'clock, we're crazy busy because that's when people get off work. So
Right.
realistically, them saying she'll call you at 4 is not going to happen. So then you're going to be more aggravated because it's not going to happen until like 7. So no, I'm trying to resolve this before it gets to that point.
Okay. And you still gonna be there when she gets there, or I'm gonna be dealing with another store manager? Okay.
Yeah, here. I mean, I'll call you back either way before I leave, just to let you know where we are on it.
Okay.
Um,
Sounds good.
Waiting for her to get back.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. Make no sense arguing with her. I could tell she don't know the pharmacy. She's the store manager, not the pharmacist. And but y'all heard her when she said they that they know she had it, right? They know she had it, and they don't know where it's at. And they don't know where a whole narcotic medication at, like the whole bottle of medication just up and she hid it in a corner somewhere where nobody back there know where it could be. Isn't that something? And by the way, they didn't put it in a bottle with my name on it yet. You heard it say it wasn't processed fully, which means it's still in its original bottle. You know, some of y'all probably don't know what that means. It's like this big ass bottle of narcotic pills, and they grab this bottle and they count out how many you need to put it in your bottle. The only way they don't do that is if I was getting the full amount of that bottle. So let's say there's 300 pills in that bottle, and I was, getting 300 pills in that bottle. Then what they would do is they would take that bottle and they would put my tag on it and possibly just give me the whole bottle, right? Some of y'all may have gotten a bottle like that. But with narcotics, they order in large quantity, and then they don't get 100 different little bottles of the same pills. They may get a few bottles with a high quality in them, and then they count them out in each individual person. So she got a whole big ass bottle, and then that she done secretly put in a secret spot to the side, and then claim to me and others that they never had it. And if I wouldn't have told them that no, I had a conversation with her and she counted them out with me on the phone, they kept saying, "Oh no, we never had it in stock. Oh no, we ain't never." I was like, if you wouldn't have had it in stock, first of all, you would have told me you ain't have it in stock in my email, right? They didn't say they didn't have it in stock. They said that I had an insurance issue, which, by the way, was bogus. Okay, that was bogus. She started switching around my insurance shit so she could take them pills, baby. Okay. Because you know what I mean. Because if it's an insurance issue, what normally would have happened is I would have possibly just went to another store. I would have went on to another store, and they would have straightened it out, and then it would have been over, and she would have been able to steal them pills and get away with it. She ain't getting away with this shit. Okay, now I'm gone. I'll see y'all. I think Sharon might be live. I'm in pain, and the reason I'm in so much pain is because I do have medicine left over from last month, because I started taking them when I realized 3 days ago that I was starting to have problems with getting my meds. I started taking them differently, which means I'm in more pain. I'm in more pain because I can't take my full dose of medication, which make me more angry. By the way, okay, I get online, I be cussing people out for no reason when it's just that I'm in pain, and so I didn't want to. I didn't cuss nobody out on the phone. I'm just not letting them tell me anything and letting it just shit go. That's all. Okay. I ain't got to cuss them out. I did end up cussing out an old white lady at the Joann's, but I'll tell y'all that story later. Because that lady deserved to be cussed out. Okay. And she pushed me and pushed me. I was being nice to her ass. You know what I mean? Like purposely being nice. Even though she was being real racist and shit, I purposely was being nice to that hoe. And then I realized she said something to me that made me just, the real cuss words come out of my motherfucking mouth. I don't know what's going on in this country. I'm glad I don't be out there much. I used to be out often. I like to go shopping, like to go and play, be out in the community. But since COVID, it's weird me walking around with a mask on. But the truth is, when I go out, I'm not the only one with a mask on, but it's usually people my age. And usually black people too. Look, our black asses, we know we learned the lesson and we ain't fucking around. Okay, we don't want to fuck around and find out. I don't want the flu. I don't want no more COVIDs. I don't want the measles. I don't want the mumps. I don't want the monkey pox. I don't want the chicken pox. I don't want shit. And if I'm around fucking strangers that I don't know, a large group, I'm gonna have a mask on. Okay? Lucky my ass ain't get Michael Jackson on these bitches and have some gloves on too. Okay? Because the thing about the measles is that shit lingers for like 7 hours in the air. If somebody with measles touches a doorknob and you come 3 hours later and touch that same doorknob, your ass might have the measles. Okay. And that's if you ain't get, vaccinated. And so that's the dangers about the measles. It lingers. Okay. Um, so be careful out there. But see, the world is going cuckoo. And I'm not the one. Okay. I'm nice. But you can't keep pushing my buttons and thinking that I'm just gonna remain nice just because your ass. But first of all, this bitch same it she probably got me about 7 years. But see, the thing is, I look so much younger, y'all. So they play with me, right? She, what happened was I was went in Joann's. I just got from the doctor's office, right? And I get in that cart, but that little cart thing, y'all know what that electronic cart. I started getting in those lately, right? So I'm riding around in the cart, grabbing what I need to grab, and I passed by this woman sitting, this elderly looking old white woman, and she stops me and asks me, "Am I using that cart?" Now I'm sitting in this bitch. I'm riding, baby. Okay. To be honest, I could walk faster than that goddamn cart go. Okay, but remember, I'm having back problems, lower back problems, right? That's why they're trying to adjust my medication. So it's very painful for me to walk long distance, right? So I'm in the cart. I'm passing her in the cart. She said, "Excuse me, ma'am." So I stopped. I said, "Are you using that cart?" And I look, in my mind, I'm look around real quick. I'm like, I said, "Yes." She said, "Ma'am, are you using that cart?" She said it again. And I said, yeah. I said, you don't see me actually sitting in it right now using it. Oh, well, I can't read your mind. I can't read your mind. I don't know if you was getting ready to leave or not. And I'm thinking, she got real loud with me, talking about she can't read my mind. She don't know if I'm about to leave. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is going on? So I said, well, it's not for you to read my mind. I said, I didn't say shit to you, right? You're the one speaking to me, and I'm in the car. Okay, well, I need a cart. I need the cart. I said, ma'am, I need the cart too. Well, I don't know if you need the cart. She goes on to tell me her medical problem. I'm like, I need the cart too. Well, you probably ain't got the problems I got. And I'm still thinking to myself, I'm being nice because I should have, like if it would have been my mom or any one of my aunts, man, I'm gonna be honest, they wouldn't have said nothing to her. When they asked her, when she asked me if I need that card, my parents or any one of my aunts or anybody I knew would have just rolled by her and ignored her. And my big dumb ass, my stupid ass sat there and answered her, right? I'm shocked that she even asked me this. I'm thinking it's ridiculous, but for some reason, her whiteness got me answering her like she massa or something. Massa, yeah, I'm still using the car. I don't know why did I even stop to answer her when it was obvious I was in the motherfucking car. I guess she expected me to jump out and hand it to her, right? But anyway, she asked me about the cart. I mentioned that I'm in the cart. Yes, I'm using the cart. And then she goes in to tell me, well, I got problems. I'm like, ma'am, I need the cart too. You probably ain't got the problems I got. And then she goes in, you just recently had a heart attack? And I'm like, no, ma'am. And I don't even know why I'm calling this bitch a ma'am. Like, you know what I mean? Because she really, and I'm only calling her a bitch because she was real bitchy, right? I'm not calling her a bitch because she's a woman. I'm not calling her a bitch because, she was real bitchy and I was being real nice. She was like, because I kept saying no, no, ma'am. Like I didn't have no. I could have lied, just like she could have been fucking lying. Now let me tell you how this shit went. Um, she said have you had a heart attack recently? And I'm looking at her, right? Uh, and I'm thinking if you just in my mind, I'm thinking if you just had a heart attack, what you doing here, right? But I didn't say it. I said no, ma'am. And then she said, you recently had back surgery? I said, no. See? And then she says, do you even know what a gape is? Or some shit. It may have been a gape or something. I think it was a gape. You didn't even know what a gape is? And I'm like, no, ma'am. And she says, see? Well, you just learned something today. That's what that bitch told me. When she said that, well, you just learned something today? Like she teaching me some shit? That's when uh that's when I told her she better back the fuck up because she was coming closer to me when she said this shit. I'm sitting in this goddamn cart and her ass acting big and bad, claiming she needed the cart while she walking up to me like she was gonna do something. Right? And then she talking about you learned something today as she get closer to me. And I'm thinking, bitch, you better back up. I said to her. I didn't mean for it to slip out. In my mind, I was thinking this bitch better back up. But it actually came out my mouth. I said, bitch, you better back up. And then she said, I ain't talking to you no more. She rolled her head, her neck, y'all, and her eyes. Now, motherfuckers be claiming that black women do that shit. But that was what that woman did to me. She rolled her neck and put her hand out like I can't hear nothing you say. And when she put her hand up like that, I said, bitch, you better get away from me. I can't hear shit you say. That's what she did. I was like, oh my God, the fuck is going on in the world? So I'm rolling away, and I don't know. It must be her whiteness that made me start feeling bad for her, right? I start feeling bad, like, damn, maybe she really do need the cart, more than I need the cart. And I don't know what it is about me and that bullshit. I start trying to make sense out of nonsense. I start putting other people ahead of me, above me and shit. So I start thinking, well, maybe, maybe she need the car, right? But I keep in one side of my on one shoulder it was like, continue shopping. You need the cart. You in pain. The other side was like, maybe she needed more than you. So I'm having this internal argument with myself. Right. So I start feeling bad. I start feeling a little bad about, well, let because I ain't have anything in particular to buy in Joann's. I know they're closing, so I went to go see what kind of sales they have. I didn't go there to find anything in particular. So I start feeling bad, like maybe she's there to get something in particular, and maybe she can't get to it because her ass, need the cart. So I start saying, well, let me just leave, right? So I put the things that I did have in the cart, I put it on the side. Y'all, I'm good for that shit, okay? Hubby don't like it because he will go and put shit back where it goes. And I will put that shit any fucking way. Okay? I ain't gonna lie, I'm not happy about that, but that's the truth. Okay, I ain't tell you gonna like it. I ain't tell you gonna be right. I'm just gonna tell you the truth, okay? And y'all seen it in that video where they was claiming I stole. I put that shit anyway. Right? It was just two. Now it's not gonna be 100 things. I'm just gonna sit anywhere. I only had two things in the cart, and I put them anywhere, right? Anyway, and then so I passed by and I said, "Ma'am, you still need the cart?" And she said, "Yes." At first, she was rolling her eyes at me until she heard heard me ask her, "Do she still need the cart?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Well, there was a younger person standing outside of her. I just assumed that was somebody she knew, maybe that was there with her." So I said, "Well, I'm gonna ride it to the where I got it from, so I can get out the door without me walking this a long distance." And I said, "But this person right here could come and grab it for you and bring it to you." And she said, "Okay." So check it out. So I'm riding, going back, but I didn't go take it where, like, when I use a card, I bring it back where I got it from. It's usually right at the front door anyway, plugged up. And when I leave, I plug it back up so it can be charged for the next person. I think that's only fair that nobody get on a cart that's dead because the person who used it before them didn't take the time to plug it up, right? The person who used it before me plugged it up, and I'm going to plug it up for the next person. I think it's fair. So I don't have no problem doing that. But since I knew she was coming to get the cart, I didn't even go in that space. I went right to the door and I was getting out. And I saw a worker at Joann's bypass me, looking at me. And I said, somebody's about to come get the cart. I said, so I'm not leaving it here to leave it here. I said, I'm leaving it here so they could get it. And that lady who worked at Joann said, I know all about her. I was like, that's when I realized that old lady been fucking with everybody at that motherfucking store. Not only was she fucking with those like me who don't even work there, she was fucking with the employees. That lady looked at me and said, "Oh, I know all about her." And I said, "Damn." So then I'm getting out all slow and shit, right? In pain. And then the lady, that fucking lady, let me tell you what that lady did. That lady, I'm talking about the lady who's supposed to be getting the cart, the one who's crying about the fucking cart, right? She walks on side of me and says, "You not gonna put the cart where it goes and plug it up?" I look at her, I'm like, "Ma'am, you just told me you was coming to get the cart." "Oh, I'm not coming to get no cart. I'm leaving." What the fuck? What did you talk? Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Lady, you made me feel so bad that I'm leaving the fucking store without even buying anything. Right? I started feeling so bad for you. This bitch was walking faster than me, y'all. She got a regular cart full of shit. She walking real fast and laughing and giggling at me. And she kind of insinuate that I'm not even gonna put that cart where it go and plug it in. Bitch, we just spoke, and I asked you, did you need it? Would you come and get it? You said yes. You said somebody was gonna come get it for you, and then you bypass me, making it seem like I'm not doing right. Man, I was so heated. I was so motherfucking heated, y'all. Just being messy in a fucking store, and that's when I realized, not okay. There's some people who are lonely, right? They lonely and they mean. You could be lonely and not be mean, but some of them are lonely and they fucking mean. And so they go out and about into the world, find them a little space, and just be mean to people. She was in Joann's sitting at a desk. That's what made me really think that maybe she needed it. She was sitting. But come to find out, she already did her shopping. And then she was just sitting in that spot being fucking messy with people. Okay, Joann's, they have sewing machine area, but they have this area. She was by the t-shirts, the crafting, and that the cricket maker. They got a table there, and that's where she was sitting, acting like she, you know, was in dire need of my motherfucking electric car. Okay, just evil fucking mean people. You could get old. What I found out through my life is that they're older white people. T- for the most part, the ones that I've come across, right? Not all of them. I don't, because I haven't come across all of them. This anecdotal, and only based on maybe because where I in the circles I would be in, I found that older white people tend to be a little more. They usually be nicer to you, right? Especially if they're dealing with me, like in the circles that where I'm helping people because I help people, right? So I guess that makes sense that those type of people would be in a space where I'm helping people because they also are helping people, right? And then there's this other group of elderly white people who are mean and vile and nasty, and that's the circle she'll be in. And see, this bitch looked like she was way older than me. She assumed that I'm younger, but it's just that she looks so much older. And I think it's that evil, that nastiness that they have. They don't understand that affects their looks, their facial expression. It affects their aging. So, and it's not just on the white side, but they do kind of spoil real bad, especially when they're evil. But even even on our side, you got the ones who are considered to be nasty and vile, and you look at them and they just age so badly. Okay. And so when this bitch told me her age, and then I told her my motherfucking age, right? In the argument when she was telling me her surgeries and shit, and she go to tell me that she's like 60. I think she said she was like 67 years old. No, she said she was 62 years old, right? Which is older than me. But I ain't gonna lie, I thought that woman was like 80 something years old, right? And then when she told me her age, and then I tell her mine, and you should have saw the look on her face. But like she first, you could tell her eyes open wide, and then her head shook like she didn't believe me. And then you know that's when she put a fucking hand up, talking about talk to the hand and all that bullshit. Okay, evil ass motherfucking bitches. And I'm calling her bitch not because she's a woman. I'm calling her bitch because she was acting like a bitch. And that's me being nice, calling her a bitch, right? Because that made possibly made her feel good. Made her feel good that somebody called her a bitch. That we can all see that she's doing. That we see exactly what it is that she on purpose is doing, right? She's on purpose being mean. She wants you to know that she's being mean. And when you call her out like that on some simple shit, they like that shit. She didn't get angry at me calling her a bitch, right? That's when her head started twerking and rolling and shit. She felt good about that motherfucker shit right there. What she didn't like is when I came back and offered her that fucking basket. You know what I mean? That's what she ain't like. That she didn't like that, and I didn't realize that right away. But when I came out of pity, When I came back and gave offered to that motherfucker thing out of pity, what she did not fucking deserve, but she did not like that shit right there. Cause see, now she realized I'm taking pity on her. I'm being nice to her. She don't like that. Nah, they want to get in arguments. They just don't want to get their ass beat for real. See, that's the difference, right? They want to get in arguments. They want to use their fucking mouth against you, and they okay with you using it against them, but they don't want what right come after that. Cause some of us, right? I'm I'm not really down for using my mouth against somebody unless I find it beneficial. Hold up. Hello.
Is it Slovenia?
Yes.
It's in the 10 milligrams for you, the oxycodone. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. I'm confused about 13. Anyway, don't matter. Okay, she did it for me, so I should be getting a notification on that. Let me see. I should have got it before they called. Fucking around with the Walgreens. I should have had them send it to another Walgreens. It's just all fucked up. I wasn't thinking. Anyway, now see, they don't want they want to fight with their mouths. These white women, right? These white women are willing to fight with their mouths, and even the older white men who will fight a fucking black woman. Okay, they'll fight. They'll fight black women. They just want the It's almost like the show that they can still do whatever it is that they probably never was able to do. Because why would a white man or a man fight a woman? Right? But they get just like everybody said, there's a hierarchy to everything, right? And so elderly people got a hierarchy where people gonna respect them and let them get away with a lot of shit because they're elderly, right? I understand that too. Like I even have recently started using that to my advantage, right? Yes, I speak to younger people, in a different manner. I'm no longer the younger person who out there being just as young and vibrant and shit, you know what I mean, switching my shit. No, I act like I'm, an elder, you know what I mean. um there's benefits that come with that, right? um First of all, it gets the motherfucking young ass men from trying to hit on me and shit, right? I open my mouth and I'm like, I call them baby or some shit like that. Thank you, babe. Right? It shocks the shit out of them because I'm telling you, I went in, was it Lowe's? I can't remember if it's because I get them confused, Home Depot or Lowe's. The bag is downstairs, but it's one of them, right? To go get some stuff for my garden. And a young man, he's all night. He comes up and he's helping me, everything like that, right? And he's asking me about what I'm buying, and I understand what he's doing, right? Understand what he's doing because I'm used to men doing this. And so I'm answering his questions, but every time I answer his question, I stop with a babe. Thank you, babe. And but I'm I'm doing it so he can know that, hey, I might be somebody like your mom. You know what I mean? Like, because this young man was younger than my sons. He was in his 20s, but I could tell he was younger than my sons, and I also could tell that he's hitting on me, right? And the weird thing is, I was in an electric buggy. Then these men, listen. Apparently, I thought the electric buggy would make me look older, but apparently it does not. I don't know what's going on. The fucking world is upside down. Okay, people not thinking the way they used to think. If I saw somebody in electric buggy back then, I would think that they were older, or maybe they could have a medical problem. Just had surgery. Like every time I had a baby, I remember I had stitches and shit, and I remember me and hubby going to the store, and I wanted to get in that electric buggy, and my husband was against that shit. You know, it's a lot of shit that was done and said that when I think about, because it affected my um way of thinking about him or something. Because here he didn't just have a baby. He could walk around like it's normal, but he's embarrassed. I guess I felt like he was gonna be embarrassed because I was gonna be in this electric buggy. Now when we younger, it is kind of something that go across our mind. Or I'm not gonna get in that where it used to. These days I see the young people getting in the buggies, in that little electric buggy, right? I don't judge them or nothing like that. You know what I mean? They just let me know that the way we think of shit today is way different than my generation thought of shit. We would have been a little embarrassed to be in that bucket, right? The honest truth, when I get in there, I still have a little. I'm a little embarrassed, right? I'm a little embarrassed, but then I'm okay with being embarrassed if people think one way when the truth is I really need to be in that bitch. Like it's painful to fucking walk around, right? So I'm okay with uh yeah, I'm okay with that because I really need the buggy. But I wouldn't have got in it if I didn't. You know what I mean? I wouldn't get in it just because to get in it. First of all, that motherfucker shit is slow. I could like even now in pain, I could walk faster than that motherfucker buggy. Okay? Shit. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the young men, so they still hit on you. I was in that goddamn electric buggy, but I started calling him like B, like thank you, young man, thank you, B. And then I got the hell out of there. He wanted to help me to the car and everything. I was like, no, I'm good. I just gotta go right here. I like, no, hubby park right there. He gonna come and pick me up from right there, man. I'm like, god damn, these young men, baby. Is they eyes fucked up? Cause I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh Jesus. Well, anyway, I'm gone, y'all. The doctor called me. She told me that they changed it for me. Um, I should have had them send it to a whole nother Walgreens. And we're gonna let that Walgreens take care of their own motherfucking business, right? I just didn't want that shit to lay on me. You ain't gonna, cause shit that happened, y'all. The weird shit that did happen with the Walgreens. I can tell you one time, hubby went to pick up my medicine and brought me the wrong medicine, right? It was the wrong medicine. Other people's name was on the fucking medicine, not on the bag. Okay, so I think the way it went, the bag, the outside bag, whoever the person was, went the same last name. That's what it was. Went the same last name. Um, so when hubby bring the medicine, right? I don't, I don't look on the outside of the bag. I open the bag up, I open the pills up, and then I look and say, wait, what is this? And then I look on it and I see that this is not my medicine. And I look and I see that it's not even my name on it. Right. So now I know the shit is about to hit the fan. I'm going to tell you right now, somebody's getting fired at Walgreens for this shit right here. So I have hubby go and get my medicine. Now, before that, though, I'm deciding on what do I do with this medicine? What do I do with the medicine that I have gotten for somebody else? And I'm thinking, huh, yeah, what do I do with this? Right? Now, let me tell you the dangers of what happened. Let's say I didn't pay attention to the pills because pills change up every once in a while, right? It might start off as a capsule and then turn into an actual um, pill form, right? Um, some shit like that, or sometimes it might be a gel. It can happen. The thing about it, I've been on these meds so long that I know to pay attention when I don't see something. I'm like, what is this, right? So I look, but let's say I wasn't. Let's say I would just give him that medicine, and I went to pick it up. I got it, and I took it. And suppose it would have been something that would have killed me, a heart medicine that keeps people's heart pumping. For those of us with healthy hearts, it might stop our heart. You see what I'm saying? Like that's dangerous what they did. But also, I realized, okay, it was another narcotic. If I'm remembering right, I looked it up to see exactly what it was. It was something I never heard of before. So it was a low dosage of a narcotic. It wasn't even much. Um, and so I decided, okay, I'm not giving it back to him. I'm gonna just dump it because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to get rid of it. But check this shit out. Hubby go get my medicine, everything cool. 3 days later, Walgreens called me and they say, "Hey, did by any chance you get wrong medication?" I say yes. A few days ago, I got wrong. They probably called everybody who got their medication on that day, y'all. Okay. They called me. It would have been smart to call those of us with the same last name, right? That may have happened. I don't know, but they called me and I said yeah, and they said, "Well, we need you to." Actually, they didn't even call me and talk to me the first time. They left a message. I was like, "These people stupid." Okay. Uh, then I called them back and I said I dumped that medication. "Oh, we need you to bring it back." No, for what? Because we need to count. We need to, we responsible for the head count. I like, yeah, but you gave it out, and I said I dumped it. Um, See, they couldn't. They was going. Then she started telling me that she was gonna give it to the person. They can't do that. You can't give me medicine. I bring it back, and then you get handed off to somebody else. That shit, man, is illegal. But more importantly, is dangerous. It's dangerous. You give me some pills, I end up messing with them, putting some chemical enema on them, and bring them back to you so you could give it to somebody else so they could end up dead from fentanyl or something like that. That don't make sense. That's why that shit is against the law. So when she was telling me that they needed them, I know what they needed them for, but it wasn't to give it to no customer. They wanted them for themselves. But I told them I dumped that shit. And that's exactly what I did. I flushed that shit. As soon as I realized it wasn't my medicine, like I wasn't thinking along the lines of let me give it back to him and bring it back to him. I knew that there was nothing they could do with that medicine. They can't give that medicine to the person it was meant for because they cannot do that. And so I flushed that medicine. I now found out that I shouldn't be flushing medicine. Okay. This happened quite a few years ago. Maybe about 4 years ago. It was during COVID. Um, but yeah, I didn't know I shouldn't have been flushing medicine down. I found that out like in the last couple of years that they say it messes with our water. People putting in medication. Man, I've been putting medication down. I've been, as far as I know, shit. I saw my grandmother do it when medication get old. I would just put it and flush it. I didn't know that we shouldn't be doing that. I didn't know that. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I'm gone. Let me see. Let me use my TV. I think I did see Sharon earlier. I don't know what time it is. This nigga talking about God is a bully, but these motherfuckers, these niggas is dumb. It's getting to be really hard, y'all. Yeah, he's still alive. Hard to see dumbass niggas. Black men whom even when I say, okay, we could disagree. Disagreement is one thing. When we disagree about something where you can have an honest, true, different opinion about something because it's based on opinion. Like, hey, my favorite color is this. And hey, I don't like gumbo. Oh, I don't eat seafood. Oh, I don't like chocolate chip cookies. Oh, like, shit like that. But when we see the same exact thing, because it's there for everybody to see. We hear what is being said, we see what is being done, and then a motherfucker could see the same thing and claim that they don't see the same thing. That is mental illness. Okay? That is mental illness. If we heard somebody say something and then they claim he didn't say that, and then we replay it so you can hear him say it, and then they start talking about the context means something. And we're like, what? Now, does context mean something? Yes. But then essentially what you're saying is that we didn't listen to the whole thing. You're trying to say that we just took a little piece of this, a piece of that, and put it together. But that's not what people are doing. The only side is doing that is the other side. And it's getting to be where I am starting to not want to talk to dummies all fucking day. Especially the ones that look like me. I'm starting to say we need to hide them bitches in the motherfucking basement like they used to do back in the day. Them motherfuckers was hidden in the house. You rarely saw them. And when you did, you would just say hi to them and keep pushing. Everybody told you, the kids, to stay away from that person. And today, though, these motherfuckers got power on the fucking internet and they're getting to speak. And then people are telling them that you a great debater. This nigga is not a great debater. That nigga might be a great mass debater, but he's not a good debater. Niggas start talking about, we're not arguing, we just having a debate. Nigga, what? Uh, you said you're not arguing, you're just having a debate? You having a debate with somebody who didn't agree to have a debate with you? You just want to put, and it's sad. These slow ass niggas. It breaks my heart. Okay? Breaks my heart. And then I realize I don't want to be a part of them bitches. I just don't. And if I get up there and I cuss their ass out, people gonna think Bomb is being mean. And the truth is, the truth sometimes hurt. It's okay when they tell us the truth. They want to tell us black women is this and black women ain't that. And as long as they saying that, then it's cool. But when I get in their ass and tell them, a PhD or somebody like Koja or one of the women get up there, and get and tell them some truth, then now we're being mean. And then they bring it and blame Sharon. Oh, this is a woman's channel. This is a women's safety area. And they don't like women to have safe areas. They just want to be able to come, since it's a man channel, and beat up on all the women. And I am not giving no fucks. I used to feel a little sorry for these little niggas. And the more they talk, the more least I am feeling sorry for them. I feel sorry. I saw them having an argument with a white man yesterday. Right? And it's something how the women know how to communicate. Some of them know how to communicate. And then they got the ones who are really coons in disguise. You know? And they starting to get on my fucking nerve. And they got one little nigga. The only reason I get over that the other day is because that little nigga unlikely was up there. And I ain't got nothing but contempt for that nigga every time I'm on a panel with him. Y'all just know it's gonna be explosions. Okay? I got zero compassion, zero anything for a little nigga who tried to play me like as if I was hitting on him. And he gonna apologize, or every time I got nothing but motherfucking smoke for that bitch ass little nigga. Congratulate to his motherfucking girl who wifed the nigga. Okay? That bum ass nigga is always riding on a moped too. And sitting on sitting outside with screaming ass fucking birds while his girl is at work. That's right. She's the head of the motherfucking household. That's all I got to say about that nigga. Let me see who over there. Let me press this button real quick. I may be back later.
Different parts of LA, they were 16, 17 years old with Ferraris. They had already had property. They had already.
My sister's over there, PhD. Sharon is over there. Okay. Go show him some love. And yeah, I once I get my medication the way I'm supposed to, right? Then I probably go live. But yeah, we've been trying to figure out my medication for a few months now. The medication I'm on and have been on no longer working the way it used to, which makes sense, right? I've been on it for a while. My body get used to it, and then it's no longer helping. Where it used to bring my pain from a 10 to maybe a 6. Now my pain when it's at a 10 with no medication, when I take the medication, is at an 8. Honestly, an 8 or a 9, which means it's almost like I'm not taking medicine, I'm still in pain. And so that's why I've been on here a lot less. And we have been trying to, figure out the medication. So they changed me to oxycodone. And I didn't know. Like, she didn't tell me. She said, hey, we're gonna try you on this. And she didn't really tell me what it was. Right? She's the doctor, and she's a good doctor. So she didn't tell me what it was, and I said, okay. She only said it's gonna be a week work. You'll try it, and then, if it works for you, you'll call me. I'll call in the other script. Or if it doesn't work for you, then we'll figure it out. Okay. So I was okay with that. But as soon as I picked it up, I was like, oh, I was on this before. And then I took the first one, and my stomach, oh my God, the cramps in my stomach. So that's why I got off hydrocodone. Hydrocodone is the oxy mixed with Tylenol, and the Tylenol is not good for me. The Tylenol is what messes up my stomach, and that had me cramping. So I ended up like 2 days in, called her, and I was like, I can't take this. So that was like a couple of months ago, and then they changed it to something else since then, and that didn't work out. And then this month, I ain't even gonna get to try it because they fucking with me. Okay, they fucking with me. So I didn't get a notification that when they told me that she did it. I should have got something from Walgreens right away, and I still haven't. Walgreens is fucked up over there. And see, I need this medicine today. Okay, I already stressed it out as much. I only got one pill left. Um, and I'm actually about to take it. God damn. Let me call. I don't even know who to call. With this fucking shit. Let me see. Yeah, I should got a medicate something from Walgreens telling me that they got it. At least telling me, hey, we got to eat, and it's delayed. And then from there, because if it's an e-script, it's computerized. I didn't even get that yet. I'm only gonna give them to 12. Um, and then I gotta be on the ass. God damn, you think I like talking to you, calling people and asking them questions? No, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to call. I don't ask no questions. Just let everybody do their job, and I shouldn't have to do that. Um, but when I was younger, they would just be able to tell me anything, and I would just rock with it. Oh, it's not gonna be ready till tomorrow, even though I'm supposed to get it today. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow. Now I'm like, wait a minute. You say you have it in stock. Why I gotta wait till tomorrow? Okay. And what I gotta wait till tomorrow for? Oh, you ain't got no valid reason? You just don't think you're gonna get to it? Well, see, you gotta go in the store. Like when you call and shit like that, they're not gonna rush and do you, right? They'll keep pushing your shit back and back and back. As soon as you step in that store, though, in case some of y'all don't know, they have a certain time limit to get you your medicines. And that's why everybody get pushed ahead of you. Right? They get pushed ahead of you because people don't walk in that store. But I'm okay. I get it. You walk in the store, you're gonna get your shit before they're gonna do mine. That makes sense. Right? But don't tell me it's gonna be 2 hours and then I don't get it for a whole 2 days after. Don't play no games with me. Hire you some motherfucking people. Or tell me you ain't gonna be able to get to it, and I'll send that shit to a whole nother pharmacy. And they got less pharmacies these days. That's why these people get away with this shit. Like the only option for me is Walgreens. CVS, I think they closed most of their things, and Rite Aid around me has closed most of their stores too. Um, yeah, CVS, and then the mom and pop stores, the ones you could used to could rely on. The problem with them is like they so far in between, right? Now I did find one where they deliver. They deliver your shit. They trying to hold on. They right there in the building, but they're not close to me where hubby or my kids would want to drive there to pick it up. So if they gonna bring it to me, then yes. But they're not gonna bring it to me. I feel sorry. It's almost like a black store sell you some shit you want, but they in a whole nother state. You be like, damn. You know what I mean? Like I need to go and get some lettuce today. I I I didn't order the lettuce 3 days ago, so I got to go to this regular store. Um, yeah, and so they hold us hostage, the people hostage, and then they get away with all kinds of shit. Used to be a time your money spoke volumes. You tell a motherfucker you gonna move your shit somewhere else, and they would be like, "Oh, what can we do to prevent you from moving your business somewhere else?" And that's how it used to be. Remember when they used to say the customer's always right? They wasn't talking about somebody who called in cussing out and shit like that. They was like saying, "Hey, we need to keep the customer because the customer is the money." But today, shit has reversed on top of its head. Now they get to tell us what the fuck. They get to charge us, overcharge us, and then tell us we're gonna get it the next day, and then inform us that we're gonna get it 2 days later, like that Prime shit. Okay. I pay for Prime to get free shipping within a certain amount of days, right? And then some items I'm not gonna get for 3 days. The fuck is this? It depends on the goddamn item, where it's located. You, so I'm like, well, what am I paying Prime for? Because I could pay $2.99 and get the shit in a couple of days instead of me paying a whole hundred and something fucking dollars. I pay money just to shop with goddamn Prime with Amazon. I was thinking, what? Why do I do that? I didn't even want to join Costco's because Costco's want me to pay ahead of time just to be able to walk in that bitch to shop. I'm like, that don't make no goddamn sense. But now that's exactly what we are doing. We are paying people so we can shop with them. And since the majority of the young people accept that shit, all of us got to suffer. That shit makes no motherfucking sense that you gonna pay no goddamn Prime. You, I'm paying a monthly fee to shop with them, and even if I don't shop with them, make motherfucking sense. But anyway, like that white man said on that panel over there by Sharon yesterday, he said, "I think that's a black person thing because I never heard it before today, but I'm gonna say it here, make that make sense." He was acting like, never mind. He was acting, I don't know, having a conversation with some of them motherfuckers. I think it was talking about white privilege. Look, them motherfuckers know they got white privilege. They just angry that if they claim they gotta work just as hard when they don't have to work just as hard, right? Because we know we gotta work 3, 4 times harder. We gotta work on all kinds of shit. Most of the time we can't just be ourselves. We gotta fall in line. We gotta act a certain way, right? We gotta speak a certain way. Everything about us have to change. And they don't have to do that. And that in itself is their white privilege. That in itself. JR. Oh, I must have, so I got a cash app. Thank you, Silent. And are y'all here watching me? Because I'm just talking. Y'all know I be rambling, thinking people might listen to it later. Let me come and see you. If it's enough y'all, we can stay. I'll put the link in. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Let me take this. Let me take this medicine real quick. Uh, damn it. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Oh my back. Uh-oh, hold up. Mm. Now listen, I'm going on a weight loss journey. Okay, I'm gonna lose the COVID weight that I gained. I think I keep see. I said they have started walking like in I think it was like November. I said, babe, I'm gonna start walking, get rid of the COVID weight that I gained. As soon as my back was all fucked up, and so at first I thought, okay, I could be able to do it, right? And I did get better. Like it don't take long because I'm, when I'm want to get into it, I get into it. But my back was fucked up. That's when I realized my lower back was worse than ever. Okay, and I got to get another MRI. Um, but that's the reason I haven't been coming on much. And also, yeah, I don't want to pay for this goddamn Zoom. I think some of y'all did help me. But I do have to see. Oh, I was supposed to contact somebody too. I'm sorry. To the person who ordered the outfit, and I ain't contact you. I've been in pain, girl. Look, I be in bed, sleep by 3 o'clock p.m. I go to bed at like 3 p.m. Even though y'all probably didn't notice it, but even when I was live, if you ever paid attention and saw when I kind of disappeared, the stream was still going because I had some people up here and y'all was keeping it going. Bomb went to sleep, baby, around 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Bomb and sleep, and then I feel like my grandmother didn't even do that shit. my grandmother, my grandmother did not go to sleep at no 3 in the p.m. But also I'm up all night, so I know it works out. But I go to sleep at 3, and I might wake up around 10, 11, 12ish, right? Because Rude and it was Rude and Candy, and somebody I'm not sure if it was Taylor or who it was up here, and they was keeping it rocking. Rude was tired as shit, man. Because when I would go to the bathroom, I would hit the unmute, see what y'all was talking about, making sure everything good, and then I would hit a mute and go back to sleep. And then I remember somebody saying, right when I sat up to go to the bathroom, and somebody said, Bomb probably about to come. I think it was Rude say, yeah, Bomb probably about to come now. And I said, hey, somebody said something. It's almost like y'all know my schedule. But anyway, y'all, I do not want to host. I might come back later. So as I get my medication right, I'll be go pick it up and everything. We'll be back on point to a degree. Okay. But I have not had my medicine correctly in 3 days, which means instead of me taking 3 a day, I've only been taking like 1.5 a day. Okay. And that means I'm in pain, but not as much pain as I would be without any. But as soon as I get my medicine and get back on track, I'm gonna still be in pain, but I won't be in the pain that I'm in now. Okay? Which means won't be cussing y'all asses out. I'd be knowing when I need to I'd be knowing when I don't need to be going live. When somebody say something, somebody I've never cussed out before, but in my mind I'd be like, what they shut the fuck up. I'd be like, what the mom, what is you doing? They ain't doing nothing, they ain't say nothing wrong. What you doing, girl? Go your ass and go to sleep. Okay, go to sleep. You mad at everybody. Okay. Hubby been home all week. He been catching the blunt of it. Okay. I owe that man a whole lot. Okay. Cause shit be slipping out my motherfucking mouth. I don't even know. Like it could be some shit he did 20 years ago. It just comes out. But I be vomiting all that bullshit. Yeah, remember when you did this? Like I did today when I mentioned going in the store after having one of the children, and I was trying to get in the buggy, and he looked at me. Like, I shouldn't be getting in that buggy. I mentioned that today. See, that's what's been happening when I'm in pain. Everything that's boiled up inside of me and never came out just wants to just come out. And then I have to, but I do apologize to him, right? I'll be sitting here going off for 20 fucking minutes. I'm talking about he don't say nothing. He'll be sitting there, y'all. He don't walk away no more because he know that's bad, right? and he don't, and he'll sit there in silence. And for the 20, 30 minutes, it's just me blurping out shit that happened 20, 30 years ago. Just blurping shit out. And he just sit there all quiet. And then I realized, damn, I've been doing this for 30 minutes. And then I look at him and I say, I'm sorry, baby, I'm not arguing. I'm just talking. You know what I mean? And see, that's what love is, right? Let me tell you what the love is. The love is him putting up with that shit, knowing that I'm not really like that and something going on. He know I'm going through menopause. He know I'm going through pain. He knows this. So he put up with that shit with no words coming out of his mouth. That's love, right? That's love for me, understanding for me and what I'm going through. And then when I realize what I just put him through, and I tell him I'm sorry, and and explain to him I'm sorry, babe. That's love on my end to understand that I shouldn't have did what I did, but I did do it. So now we just got to move forward, and I had to tell him I'm sorry. Okay, and because I love him, right? I had to tell him. I don't really tell hubby I love him like to his face. He tell it to me all the time. I don't do that. Now y'all hear me say I love my husband a lot. You may assume that that's something I do and say to him, but it's not. And I don't know why. It's almost like I get that from my daddy. That's my daddy's side. My daddy, he shows you he love you. He like with all his heart. His is through his actions. But I don't remember my daddy just saying, "Hey, I love you." And so I realized that's me. That's been me the whole time. Like we have sex, hubby's telling me he love me, and I'm not saying shit. And I'm not saying shit. Okay, I don't even know why. Why though? I don't understand why. But that's just the way I am, and I do think I get that from my daddy. Okay. Um, I also had. I think when I grew up, I always figured once you show somebody you love them and show them that weakness side, that's when they fuck over you. And I kind of do believe that. I believe that once I pour everything out to somebody at their feet and be like, yeah, you got me. I think that's when they start stomping on your ass. They start abusing you, you know, not just not physically so much, but yeah, through their actions or non-actions and shit. And I do believe that shit. Okay. I believe that if I give, if I show that weakness, they're gonna use it against me. And because I do believe that, and I know I believe that, because I do believe it, that might be why I don't kind of go that route. But I showed that I love him through my actions, like my dad. But every once in a while, people need to know. They need to hear it. So every once in a while, I say it to y'all, knowing that he might be in the chat. And if he's in the chat, then he'll hear me. That's still fucked up, right? Because it's every blue moon when I may say it to him. Like recently, I said it to him. I say, you do. And I said it weird. I was like, you do know I love you, right? It was weird. Even that was weird for me to say. I was like, you do know I love you, right? He was like, yeah, I know. Okay, cool. But I do think that people might want to hear it. I think if he wasn't telling me he loved me, because sometimes I put myself in his place and I'd be like, I wonder how I would feel if he never told me he loved me, you know, like I do to him. And what would I feel? And so that's what you got to do when you're in a relationship. You got to put yourself in that person's shoes, and then you'll realize, okay, I don't, I don't think I would like that. I don't know how I would react to that, to be honest. Because he's always, mentioning that he loved me, but he always definitely showing me he loved me through his actions, right? I always knew that. But he also tell me he loved me. And I don't know how to break out of that one. It's hard. Even 30 years in, you still cannot take shit for granted. You cannot think that y'all been together 30 years that they will never break up. You know, I I really feel that we are human and humans be humaning. Okay, we be doing things, and once you realize how humans are, every human not the same, but there are some things that just happen a lot. We take people for granted, right? That's human. That's a human trait where we put out. Some of us put ourselves first. We don't always put ourselves first. At times we put ourselves first, as you should. But when you with somebody, you supposed to put them like y'all. You supposed to be considerate of them as well. So it don't be where you first. You know, it should be like we first. We first, and then so you have to be considerate. And I am very considerate in my actions and shit like that. But when it comes to me verbalizing, I tend to be less considerate. And that's yeah, I'm less considerate. I rarely think of how he feel in me not saying I love you back. Like when you tell me you love me, I guess it's easy for me to say I love you back. But it's not that easy for me. I feel I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe I need to go back to therapy and figure out why, when he says it, why can't I just say I love you too? I can say it, but I'm talking about say it where I in the moment and mean it like on in Hollywood movies. Maybe that's the fucking problem. It seemed too Hollywood movie-ish for me. When I know I don't feel like I'm in no Hollywood movie. This is real fucking life. I'm not in no Hollywood motherfucking movie. And so I don't feel like, what her name was. I don't know the month. Y'all know I don't know much about movies, okay? I definitely don't know nothing about stars. But anyway, I could picture the white bitch I'm thinking about. When they dancing in the rain, dancing in the rain, what a glory. I ain't never, when I was younger though, I was out in the rain trying to portray that shit, trying to act like I'm feeling good, dancing in the motherfucking rain. Up until I realized I ruined my fucking shoes, okay? And now I got a consequences of me singing and fucking dancing in the motherfucking rain. The Hollywood the fucked up us, okay? Our certain generation, I think all the generations, those of us are y'all who look at TV and you think TV is real life, and even though it may not have been that way, you imitated the TV. Now the shit is real life, right? Uh, so whether you became the gang members before and they talked about it on TV, or you became the gang members after they talked about it in the movies, is irrelevant, really, right? It's irrelevant, really. But we got to remember, if white people or a certain group of people, that's the way they envisioned us, and then they put it and made that into a movie, and then we decided to that's us and be that, then yes, we have a whole group of people who have created us. That's a whole different long ass topic that I shouldn't have went to because I don't want to talk about it. Okay, that's the pain. That's the pain, y'all. I'm getting off of here. Okay, I didn't look in the chat, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna say hi to everybody. Okay, hi everybody. If you was here earlier and you left, or you came here now, you wasn't here earlier and you're still here, hi. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. I only made this stream so I can have a record, because them white people will lie on your ass. Okay? They'll claim they never spoken to you. They'll claim that they never told you they'll call you back. They'll even lie and say they called you back. I've had somebody lie and said they called me back. And I'm like, I have an iPhone. Like I'm in the goddamn Walmart. This happened maybe about 7 months ago. I'm in the, no, probably a little longer, last summer. I'm in the Walmart. When they telling me, they call me back. I said, lady, you know we got iPhones, right? We got smartphones. And I said, I have an iPhone. I said, I could show you that you never called me back. Because they don't say any fucking thing. Liars lie. They don't consider anything, right? They don't consider the fact that I'm going to be able to prove that they didn't call me. Okay, they don't consider that. Now, they just lie. And I get pissed off when motherfuckers lie on me. I think that's the one thing, and I said this many times. I try not to say it, because once you tell a person your weakness, even though it's not a weakness, it just makes me angry and will make me go hard. And that's the thing. Motherfucking liars, okay? Motherfucking liars, when they lie. I'm not talking about the jokes. I can deal with the jokes. I can deal with all that. You can joke about anything. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm talking about when you get up there and you try to make it seem like the fucking shit is true. Okay? Like that bum ass motherfucking nigga. It's a few. But really, I'm about to call out one right now. Because, nigga, you on my motherfuckers hit fucking list. I don't know why. Every time I'm over there by Sharon or wherever I go, nigga, you come in mentioning my fucking name. I don't know why. I haven't said your name in many months. And even before then, I ain't said your name in many months before then. And I ain't said, because you are insignificant and a nobody ass motherfucking nigga. Okay? You mad, and even out of your own mouth, you said, I chose, there's a few men who have said that, I don't know why you choose Rue Dip, right? It's a few of these niggas. It's like they was competing for my love or some shit. And it's weird because I wasn't against none of them. Like I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, just like anybody else. But no, they got niggas who want you to choose them. You choose Rue Dip over me. Nigga, what did you talk about? I didn't get involved in y'all fight. But if you're going to throw me in the fight, nigga, then you want to fight me because you fighting him. And because I want to choose you, nigga, you're not going to scare me to be on your side. Fuck, nigga. You and your bum ass motherfucker wife, bitch, can go suck a dick. Okay? Don't make me pull my glass dick out of my bag, nigga, and put it down your throat. I don't know what's wrong with these niggas. They know I got fucking glass dicks and shit in a bag. When I say my dick is bigger than theirs, oh, you saying you got a dick? Yeah, nigga. I got a whole bag filled of them, okay? Companies used to send them to me. Bitch ass nigga. Okay? I ain't mention no name, but it's coming, baby. And, look, I was going to put on a beat. Okay? So we talk about that nigga who wish he was white, like his last name, white side. He on the white side of thing. Bum ass motherfucking nigga. That's one of them, right? The other ones, the slow ass niggas, I ain't even gonna mention them. The nigga who claimed he on a motorcycle. I don't know if y'all missed that stream. Baby, we was having so much fun over there with Brownie Ellie, right? Did I say her name right? Yeah. With Brownie, right? That shit was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was laughing so hard I almost peed myself. I had to run to the bathroom. Listen, that nigga's slow Cal, right? Slow Cal. That nigga got on that panel. These niggas love me so fucking much. That nigga used to stalk me. That nigga stalked a few other women too. It's not just me. There's a few others, but he used to stalk me just like he stalked them. He had videos over there talking about how he loved Bomb Cherry. Okay, that's Randy Slowcal. And I used to be like, this nigga weird, right? But anyway, that nigga was over there by Brownie. He got up there so he could come at me. That nigga got up there and I cracked on him being on a moped. Right? Now, I don't think they call them mopeds no more. You call them electric bikes and cycles, shit like that. But it used to be called a moped, okay? Which is something they bought children. My cousin got one. I think he was 12 years old. because you can ride them. You don't have to be licensed, right? You can ride them on the road, and yeah, my cousin had a moped. Okay, this nigga gonna talk about she lying, she lying. I got a motorcycle. I said, nigga, I'll give you $100, and I wasn't joking. $100 if you pull out a motorcycle. So the nigga got up there, I don't need your money. I don't need your money. But then he got up there. I guess people gassed him up, was laughing at him and shit to where he figured he'll come up there and play. So the nigga got up there talking about, I'll let you hear it. I'll let you hear it. Nigga, what you mean let us hear it? Nigga, show it to us. And then he was in the dark. And so the nigga, we hear it go, yes, mopeds do that too, nigga. That little ass you had wasn't no motorbike. But anyway, so then he hurry up and scan his camera across the front. Oh my God. And everybody started laughing. What is his name from? What is his name? Damn, I can't think of his name right now. He used to be over there by Sharon a lot, but not so much no more. But he comes over every once in a while. Okay, he was on the panel, and he apparently he captured the screen, right? The pic. When that nigga went over, and you could see that it was a moped. And everybody was laughing at that nigga. That shit was funny. Oh, but guess what else happened? Some nigga got up there claiming he gonna get his gun. Nigga said, I'm gonna get my gun. So I tell a nigga, you ain't got no gun. He said, I'm gonna get my gun right now. I said, oh, you gonna get your mom's gun? That nigga come back and tell everybody, was that over there by her? I might be mixing. I think that was by her. Yeah, that was. The nigga came and said his mama said that he can't get the gun. His my mom told me I can't grab the gun. So the nigga come with a box cutter. Y'all. And he points it out at everybody like he gonna cut us with a box cutter. With no blade in it. His mama wouldn't even give him a box cutter with a fucking blade in it, y'all. The nigga, they gotta keep sharp objects from that little nigga. And that is that other nigga, okay? That the other Randy Slowcale alike. And that is that nigga who kept telling people to come lick his booty hole and shit. And come suck his vagina. That nigga. That shit was funny. I hope y'all, if y'all missed that stream, y'all go over there and give Brownie some love and look at that shit. It was crazy because our friend Jay Prince started blaming. He got in his bag and cussed a lot of us out, including me. Okay, he said he me because I told y'all like when Jay Prince get mad, it's like he black out and he just be saying shit. But he was blaming Brownie, talking about she playing his content, and she was like, "No, I'm not. I'm playing my own content." He forgot that he was on her panel that night, which make that her content. Right? And it was crazy. Now it ended up getting settled. I'm kind of just telling y'all what happened so y'all can go over there and check it out if y'all missed it. Okay, I'm not bringing it back up to be messy, but like some people say, Bomb, you be messy. No, I'm not. Like that's what happened. If I was being messy, I would be making up shit, making up lies and things like that. That is not what I'm doing. I don't know when telling the truth became messy, but I get it. And people say, well, you brought it up when it was over. Well, it wasn't over for everybody because some people, it never started. They didn't even know it happened. So they get a chance to go and watch that shit too. Okay? That's right. They get a chance to go watch that shit too. And you could call me messy all the fuck I want. I'm in pain and I don't give a fuck that you call me messy. Okay? I'll call myself messy. Now when I'm not in pain, that's why I'm gonna be a little more forgiving. I'm gonna be a little more, chill, and I'll be a little more, where I'm considerate. I'll be considerate of that side, this side, that side, and that side. When I'm in pain, I'm not giving no fucks about nobody's side, okay? I ain't got it's a lot of energy. I understand when y'all don't do what I do. It's a lot of energy to be considerate of all these motherfucking people that you don't know. for real. So I promise you, I ain't never judging y'all. I'm not judging y'all because y'all not as considerate. I'm not judging. In fact, I like it. I wish I could be more like it. And it seems like only when I'm in pain and shit and not giving no fucks, when I'm in a don't give a fuck attitude, is when I'm like that. But when other than that, though, I'm so considerate of others a lot. It's a lot of energy go behind that. Okay. So I am not recommending people do what I do. I didn't raise my children to be really considerate of everybody. You know what I mean? Plus they're men. They boys. They were boys. I used to think, my husband, I used to think hubby was mean. My husband was mean. But I mean from my perspective. He was mean from my perspective, right? Me being the woman who's very considerate of the children. Shit. My husband, nah, he know them little motherfuckers. They shouldn't be in his house. They shouldn't be in his yard. He ain't giving them no sugar. If they come to bar, no sugar. He like, your mama need to go and get some sugar from the store like we got ours. That's how hubby was. And I would be the first one to run to the cabinets and scoop out some sugar. And then they came right back after they got the sugar and asked for a package of Kool-Aid. And hubby said, next thing they're going to be coming to get his water. And they've done that too. And I had no problem with giving them the water, giving them the Kool-Aid packet, and giving them the sugar. Now, I gotta be fair. Hubby is the moneymaker in the house, right? He the so it really was his sugar in a sense, but it's my sugar too. Cause his is mine. And what's mine is mine too. And his too. hubby, I used to think of it. I'm like, don't be so mean. The kids that come back to get some pizza, they knew that my kids got pizza every Friday, and they would come over. One little boy, but he would get pizza because he would be there, and then he would come back to get pizza for his little brother and sister. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Hubby was like, why would he come back and get some food? That means they hungry. Like this little boy who was like 8 years old had the mindset to come to get pizza for his 5-year-old and his 3-year-old brother and sister. Hubby wasn't considerate like I was. I'm realizing that if this 9-year-old is coming to get food for his brother and sister, I'm thinking, hey, yeah, they probably haven't eaten either. Right? He's the older brother. His mom and dad on crack and shit. They in that fucking house all out of their fucking minds. And they got them kids. And so I know the circumstance to a degree. And I'm like, here you go, babe. Here go for your brother and your sister. I'm considerate. And I used to think hubby wasn't. Now, to be honest, hubby knew what I was going to do. And he allowed me. He never argued with me about it. And I never argued with him. He said no. And then I would run to the door with it. He would be like, no. And then I'd be like, here you go. I ain't gonna lie. It was like we were so opposite night and day. He would really be telling them kids no. And while I'm hurrying up, rushing to get it and running back to the door to give it to him. Now, I ain't gonna lie though, that, that prevented kids thinking that we was, how would you say, pushovers, right? Well, the adults won't think it pushover because, see, they scared to ask hubby for some shit. They'll wait till he leave and ask me for some shit. And, and it depends on what it was and who it was. And I noticed that people really, they knew I was nice and shit like that. But this one time, I think I told you, my neighbor next door, I did not tell hubby this until later. I ended up telling him later because I thought I needed to, right? But one day, okay, so when we went for my son's 18th birthday, I took him and some of his friends to Florida, and we stayed the week, right? They ain't have no money, no nothing. I took care of everything. You understand? I took care of everything. Now they were supposed to pay me back. I should reach out to them because they grown ass men right now. And say, hey, remember that Disneyland money? Can I get that $80 real quick? Nah, I wouldn't do that to them. I'm joking. If y'all listening, I'm sorry. I'm joking. Okay, I would never. Y'all was kids. But anyway, so I took them, and one of the kids, the other kids already knew. They knew they've been friends with my sons since they all grew up together from like yay high. Like I'm talking about kindergarten all the way through. But you know, some kids came and some went. And there's one who's still best friends with my kids today. He was new to the situation. And so when he saw that I had a gun, you know what I mean? Like I ain't going nowhere without a gun. I've already said that. I'm not joking. And that's how it's been. That's how it be, right? Um, he saw the gun because I had my, we're not going to show it to everybody. It's not being waved around and nothing like that. The kids know how to use it. I taught them how to use the gun since they were really young, taught them how to clean it, how to take care of it, make sure it's good. And I also taught them that this is not a toy. So you don't play with this with your friends. But now, my son's 18, the other one is 16, and they're friends around the same age. And we go, and when we come back, I tell my son, hey, go get that out the car, out the trunk for me. And his friend is right there. The one who didn't come, the only reason he didn't come because they had just gotten back from their trip. And they had just gotten back from New York or something when we was leaving. And he wanted to go, and we had room in the car for him. We say, hey, if you want to go, get in. But I think when he talked to his parents, they told him he couldn't go. That's the only reason he didn't go. If we had room in the car, all the motherfucker kids could have came. I had them. They had to have no money, no nothing. Okay. Anyway, so apparently he saw the gun, right? Someone went out there to get it. He saw it, and he must have told his stepdad, cause not but a day, 2 days later, after my husband is at work. Now I promise you, everybody in my neighborhood know the schedule of my family, cause everybody knew my family and everybody knew me, and it just so happened this nigga come knocking at the door. And you know my husband's at work. Everybody see when my husband go out, and they see when he come back in. Okay. Um, he comes and knock at the door. I'm like, it's my first time really talking to him. Besides me saying hi, like a hey. I dealt with their children because she was in the dance class, and yeah, the daughter was in my dance class. But anyway, he comes, and I'm thinking, the hell going on? So all kinds of shit run across my mind, right? All kinds of shit run across my mind because by now everybody know that he beats her. He beats his. We thought it was his wife, but I think it was just his girlfriend, right? We know that he beats her. And I'm thinking, the fuck this nigga knocking at my door for? And so what I do, I step out. I ain't invite nobody in, right? Like I normally would do. Their family was there, or if it was a woman or some shit. No, I step out on the porch, right? Guess it's not really a porch. I don't know what they call that thing, but anyway, I step outside, and he's there talking about, can I talk to you? And then the nigga start asking me, can he buy a gun off of me? Nigga, what? Like it was shocking. Yeah, where I could buy a gun. Da, 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 da. I'm looking like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I heard that you got gun, and I'm looking to buy. I'm like, nigga, you could go to the goddamn gun shop where I buy mine from. You know, uh, what I look like selling somebody one of my guns? That's ridiculous, right? He will offer me more money than his worth. The thing is, though, this is the problem. My guns are registered. They are legal. They are not illegal guns. So this nigga get the gun. He harms somebody with the gun, and the gun is in my motherfucking name. Okay? Uh, I told him where he could go get him a cheap ass gun from Cabela's. Okay? You can go. Cabela's they be having sales on guns. at certain time of the years. Okay, that's what I told him. But it was weird, and I didn't even have the gun on me. That's the thing, right? Cause I don't know if this nigga was planning on buying some shit from me or thought he was gonna take it from me. It's weird the time of day he came. There was nobody on the street because when I step outside, I look around, seeing if there's anybody here, right? I don't have my gun on me because he came to the door. It wasn't like I was walking, leaving to go nowhere. And I did look, and I did have my mace. Okay, I was dressed. Okay, I used to get dressed back then, and I had my mace on me. So when I saw that I had my mace on me, that's when I decided to step out. Like if I didn't have the mace on, I would have talked to him through the screen door, right? But I didn't want the door to be open so he could look and see what the fuck is in our house, you know. So yeah. So I had the mace on me, prepared if I had to mace this motherfucking nigga. Okay. When I heard that this nigga beat up his wife, like he beat her. In fact, I ended up giving her a mace one time because she used to catch the bus home and get home when it was dark. And so I say, hey, I gave her one of my maces, and hubby replaced it for me. I say, hey, babe, I gave the neighbor my mace, you know, um, so she could protect herself coming home in the dark. And hubby said, okay. He had no problem with that. And then he bought me another. Hubby liked buying me shit. Okay, he liked protecting me. And whether he protect me physically himself or whether he protect me by purchasing things for me to protect myself, and if he have to show me how to use said things, then that's what he has done through the years. Okay. Um, but these men, when they talk about protection, they act like they there all the time, and they act like we think that they could fight. Most of these motherfucking niggas cannot fight. Most of them have never been in a fight. And when they were in a fight, they was kids. And when I say kids, I'm talking about elementary. These niggas is 40 plus years old talking about I'm the protector. Now, I have said that men, and it's not all men, right? But my husband protected me even when he wasn't there by being there every day, right? But you saw when I mentioned they would wait until they knew he wasn't there, right? They would wait, like the neighbor coming to talk about a fucking gun that he could have went to my husband to talk to about. See, people, some of these niggas will be like, well, Bob, how maybe he just. I'm like, what are you talking about? This nigga lived on side of me. He knew my fucking husband just as much as he knew me, which means he really didn't know me at all, except the fact they knew where we lived, they knew we were their neighbors, and they know my husband be gone before it turned 6 in the fucking morning. He is already pulled out the yard, and they know exactly what time he pulled back in, which means they could have caught him coming back in and had a conversation with him. But no, they catch me at noon, knocking at my door at noon to ask me about a gun that he could have asked my husband about. So yes, as soon as I realized what he was talking about, it was fishy to me. Why is he talking to me instead of my fucking husband? So I start looking around to see if anybody see us out here. I start looking around to make sure, I didn't invite that nigga in my house because I don't know what that nigga would have done. I just feel like, I'm not really a biblical person, but I do believe in, a higher power because, some of the things that I first saw and see, I know there's something with some power somewhere. And I'm going to tell you, didn't feel right when there's nigga I don't really know who barely even speak to me come knocking. When my children at school, his children at school, my fucking husband at work. I don't know his schedule like that, or his wife. I didn't even know if that nigga worked or not. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know her schedule. Right? I'm not watching people like that. But apparently that nigga was watching us enough to know that my husband's at work and to come knocking talking to me about buying a fucking gun. Now, some of y'all, when I say, well, I didn't tell hubby right away. I didn't tell him right away, right? Because I was still trying to figure out, like, what the fuck. And I'm not trying to have my husband going knocking at no nigga's door just to be on no fighting type of shit, right? So I don't need, because I don't need that to be on my conscience. I handle it. I handled it in the way, but I did tell him because I want him to know, hey, this dude knocked at the door. And this is what he knocked at the door for. I think I told him like a week later, you know. See, now we're a week later where I could say, yeah, that happened last week. Then hubby ain't got, he ain't got to be angry and go and knock at the door to see what's going on, puffing up his chest and nothing like that. It's a week later. Okay. And when hubby used to want to know why I did things the way I did them or didn't do things the way he thought I should, like come and tell him, like, dude, for what? You want me to tell you so you could be fighting? Now, from my understanding, some women like their men to be fighting, right? People be like, yeah, I want my man to fight for me. When you love somebody, that's not really what you want, though. Yeah, you might want you want to know that he will fight for you, but you shouldn't want him to really fight for you, right? You don't want it to be necessary for him to fight for you. You do want to know that, yes, I love this man. He loved me enough. He will fight for me. But to give him the opportunity to go and fight and end up possibly getting killed, maimed, hurt, for real. And then when them men sit back and realize, wait a minute, right after they maimed, they can't walk no more because they got shot, or maybe they're not actually dead, but they're hurt. Maybe possibly lost their jobs, their careers, and when they sit back and say, well, damn, why did I go out there and change my life again just for some words? And then if they really think about it, they start thinking about, well, wait, if it was just words, how did she come and tell me that? Like, is she wanting me to fight for her, and she could still walk around and maybe choose another nigga, but I'ma always be in this wheelchair. I'ma always be walking around with a cane. I'ma always have this brain injury. Like, and that's when the men start thinking, nah, maybe this not worth it. Because yes, men should want to protect women. The women who definitely gonna protect them at the same time, right? Like hubby know I'm not coming to him with no bullshit. He knows that if I come to him, then I must really need, it must be a dire need. I'm not gonna just say, oh, he called me a bitch, honey. And then now that my husband feels like he have to go and deal with that. Because if I go to him and say, yeah, he called me a bitch, he knows right off the bat I am asking him to do something about that. And then he feels like he has to do something about that because he's the man. But then all the consequences that could come from that is what goes through my mind. I don't give a fuck about nobody calling me no bitch. I call myself a bitch. Okay? I'm not on that, oh, we women call each other bitch. No, I'm on that. It's just words, and he called me a bitch, and I could call him a bitch back. And which one of y'all think is more harmed by the word? Because we get called bitches. Men do not like being called no motherfucker bitch. The way we could break his ass down to nothing. Okay? With our fucking words. I am not concerned about nobody calling me no goddamn bitch. To where I'm gonna go call my motherfucking husband or my kids over nobody calling me a bitch. Fuck these bum ass little niggas. Okay? Most of the time, the niggas ain't gonna do shit. And because they're not fighters for real, they got guns. And I don't know why we don't understand that. These nil niggas are not fighting with no fists. These niggas are pulling out guns. So we already know if I get my husband involved in some bullshit like that, then it's gonna be a gunfight. Whether it's on his end or on the other end, he gonna have to be prepared for the gunfight. And even if he doesn't get shot and he end up shooting somebody first, then all our lives has already changed. Once the guns get pulled out, whether they get shot or not, right? They got something called brandishing a weapon. They putting people in certain states, your ass going to jail a very long time just for pointing a gun at somebody. If you're going to point it, you else to use it. You're going to get the same amount of time in jail, if not more. So back in the day when motherfucking two men get in the middle of the street and fight it out, these motherfuckers these days ain't fighting shit out. Okay, they ain't got no rules. Motherfuckers come and shoot up your grandma's house, your mama's house, the kids and all, right? Then somebody just killed a young man and his daughter, I think. I'm not sure of the story. I don't know nothing about neither one of them. I ain't want to hear it. I'm gonna be honest. Okay? I ain't want to hear the story. I don't want to know nothing about the story. I don't want to know nothing about it. It's tragic. I don't know nothing about it. This is the world we live in. Motherfuckers is killing children when you once protected children. You wouldn't shoot your enemy because they was with their child. That's how it used to be. Motherfuckers, everybody knew they were safe as long as they was with their child, or their children, or their wives, their mothers, their grandmothers, right? Everybody knew that you could go and do family time with your family and everything gonna be good. And now that is not the case. That is not the case. They will target your motherfucking family. They will target your children. And so that's why you got to rethink how you living and how shit go. And I think so. Like we had that conversation last week, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't care that this nigga said this about me, and my husband have permission not to care. Also, he has permission to say, well, she ain't worried about that. Then I ain't gonna worry about it. Because I could promise you, if I was so mad that a motherfucker called me a bitch, I got my own gun. I don't need to even go get my husband, right? It'll be more where I can say, well, it was a crime of passion. I was passionate. I felt threatened. Than for me to go get my husband when he ain't got none of those excuses in court. I can use the fact that I thought I was in fear of my life. He called me a bitch. He was standing 6 foot tall over me, and I felt threatened. So I pulled it out and ended his ass. But I can't go and say I felt threatened. Called my husband. Hubby had time to think. He got there. They fought, and then he shot him. And then now he going to jail for life. My ass gonna be out though. What the fuck? Anyway, we gotta think how we think, and we gotta think logically, and we gotta think about everything, right? When people say they playing checkers or chess, it don't matter which game those are. If you're playing to win it, that means you're thinking 2-3 steps beyond or ahead of your opponent. That's what those games are about. It's not a random game like playing poker where you randomly get cards and you just got to play the hand you're given. No, these are games where you make moves, and your move that you're about to make is a move that you thought of to get to the move that you really have planned, right? I want to get over there and get kinged. I want to be able to get king. I want to set it up where I can do a double jump or a triple jump and get a king so I can start taking, right? The thing about, I know when people don't, when they start talking about you playing checkers, I'm playing chess, they don't know how to play those games, because those games are very similar in how you have to do things ahead of time. But you got to be good at them games to know this, because checkers is not just let me move here, move there. Nah, before I make that first move, I know what I want my opponent to do. I'm moving this so he can move that there, so this can take that jump, and that jump. See, I be knowing that they don't know how to play the fucking games when they say that stupid shit. You playing checkers, but I'm playing chess. I bet y'all sit down and beat them motherfuckers at both them games. And I'm not even good at chess like that. I'm still don't know what each thing is and how, but I do have an understanding of the game. Okay. I ain't never been that interested. I learned how to actually play chess when I was I don't know, about 8, 9. Nah, I was a little older. Maybe about 11. It was one of my cousins taught me. Um I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't really interested in playing it. I got a little bit of it, but I haven't played it since, since he moved. So I wouldn't say that I'm good at that game. In fact, I would say that I didn't have a real complete understanding. We was children when we learned how to play it. But anything else, I played it when I was a child. I also played it when I was a fucking adult. Me and hubby was playing games in this bitch last night or early this morning, okay? We were playing cards for sex, okay? Yes, we were. Sexual things, okay? Whoever won, they got a minute or whatever they wanted. And then we played that for like an hour, and then everybody had to pay up. Okay, okay. That's what we did. We played poker last night. It was like supposed to be like strip poker, but it wasn't strip poker. Okay, we was already naked. We started off naked, so we wasn't playing strip poker. And so, what I'm saying is, just because somebody speak a certain way, and they always have these, they say things that they don't understand what it means. Like, I'm even having conversations about, I was shocked. Like, sometimes I be thinking people are joking, and then I realize they're not joking. And then I'm like, I'm confused now, because I'm like, I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, let me give you an example of what I mean. Like, what was the saying? Oh, have his cake and eat it too. Remember? I'm not sure if y'all missed that. I was over there by Sharon, and I was like, yeah, when they say, I said the saying is said wrong. That's why it makes no sense. Because I'm like, why can't I have my cake and eat the cake? But no, it's have your cake and, keep your cake, have your cake and eat it too. You cannot eat the cake and still have the cake. And that's what they say. But Sharon started saying, no, they were saying it wrong. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, no, they meant eat cake and eat it too. I was like, what? He said, no, it means eat cake, K-A-T, K-A-T-E or C-A-T-E, cake, a woman, or, and eat it. Eat it is another woman, like from, what's the name of that show with Eat It? Eat It too. What did you say? Why am I confused? Somebody said I'm starting Freaky Friday, and it's not Friday yet. Hubby been off this week, and yeah, I'm a Scorpio. I come up with all kinds of shit to play, all kinds of games. I was like, we gonna play. I I ran out the room. He said, "Where you going?" I said, "I'll be back." I knew my son had a deck of cards, and I went in there. I asked my son for the cards, and he brought them to us. And I said, "This is what we gonna do." While I'm shuffling, I'm like, "We gonna play poker, right?" And I'm like, "And whoever wins, the first, they get a minute or whatever they want." And who won the first hand? I can't. I think I won the first hand. Yeah, I won the first hand. And then I actually won the most, but the end result is the winner is the winner, and hubby is the winner, no matter how it worked out, right? Okay. The winner was me, but he was the real winner because I can't tell y'all the particulars, okay? But we played freaky poker, okay? That's how it went. Anyway, uh, gee, no, but yeah, so Sharon said, "No, the saying wrong." Like I said, and I was like, "Yeah." And then I said, "Yeah, because you can't keep the cake or eat. You can't have the cake and eat it too. You can't have something that you have eaten." And he was like, "No, it don't mean that." And I was like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, that's what I mean." He said, "No, they talk about eat cake and eat it too." I was like, "What?" He said, "No, the saying is eat like you know oral sex with cake and eat it too. You want to have oral sex with eat it, somebody named Eat It too." And I was like, what the fuck? So I laughed and I was like, "Oh, that's funny." He said, "No, I'm serious." I was like, "Wait a minute, what?" So now I'm gonna be honest. If any one of them other little niggas had said that shit, I would have been calling my dumb. I would have been like, "This nigga dumb." But because it's Sharon, I'm like, I was confused. I thought he was joking. And then when he told me he wasn't joking, I was like, "Wait, what?" My mind was going all over the place. Okay. My mind was like, "Wait a minute. Like, something going on here that I don't know nothing about." Or sex was not a thing when it started. And I was like, "Wait a minute, this got to be a joke." And then he said, "No, he wasn't joking." And then I was like, "Okay, well, maybe that's something," because that does sound like something we would come up with after the fact. And I think he said that it was in a rap song. And I was like, "Yeah, but rap wasn't around when this saying was brought out." And he said, "No, check it." And I was like, "No, like this goes all the way back." And then I looked it up and it went all the way back to the 1500s. I think I said the 15th century, but it's the 16th century if you're in the 1500s, okay? So, but it went back in the 1500s. The same. It even tells you when it started, who said it first, what books it was in, and things like that, right? Be like, when we have a conversation, I realize depending on your age, depends on what you think is old, right? Or old. Am I OLD? Okay. I'm not talking about OWE. You think something is old. So when somebody say, "Yeah, way back in the 70s," it was done way back in the 80s. Long time ago. Yes. The 80s was a long time ago. That's a fact. But is that way back when? They be talking about shit that happened way back in the, when they talk about civil rights. Somebody mentioned in the fucking 80s, y'all. I told y'all the time when uh they was talking about Black Wall Street, and they put that also in the motherfucking 1900s. Or they said that happened in what year they said 1970 or 60, when these motherfuckers talked about Black Wall Street. And the problem is we are getting bits and pieces, right? We're getting bits and pieces. That people are learning about history by listening to panels. And then they'll say, well, Bomb, you didn't tell the whole thing. Yes, because I'm not talking, it's not a history class. I mentioned something and I give the information based on the conversation we having. Oh, she ain't telling the full story. Nigga, we wasn't talking about history. Right? But if you want to talk about history, then I'm sure that I can tell you a lot about fucking history. Right? And I'm not even gonna lie, like my history knowledge is fairly recent. And when I say fairly recent, within the last 10 years. Within the last 10 years, me coming on here, talking to these niggas, and they saying shit that I know is not true. And then I go to do the research so I could prove that what they're saying is not true. And then I start getting farther and farther into history. Farther and farther. And so, but if I only listen to these people speak, then my information will be incorrect, because they may tell you something about something that did happen, but they don't have not one idea when it happened. And so we got people thinking that Black Wall Street was here in this goddamn century. In the 19 they think that this shit happened in 1960, 1970. And then, but the thing is men talking that shit to women. They the ones trying to, just because I'm a woman, they want to tell me I'm wrong. I get on the panel and all I'm spitting is facts. And got niggas in the chat, all Bomb do is lie. What the fuck? We having a real conversation about anything that you could go and look up that we all either saw or heard, and the nigga is in there talking about all she do is lie. Oh, she's stupid. So, you know what I started doing recently? Now that I know Sharon allow me to pull some shit up, and he could pull it up so people could see it. Because other than that, I could say something that people could go and look up them fucking selves, and they won't do it. You know why they won't do it? Because they don't care about the truth. They don't care about the truth. And now the conversation is about our motherfucking president of the United States of a fucking America, right? And so there's gonna be a lot of talk around this. It's gonna be constant and forever, just like it was the last time he was in office spewing lies. These people know he's a liar, and yet they will still side with him and make it seem like he's not lying. Man, this man say he didn't know about shit that he's actively enacting. He claimed he didn't know what the Project 2025 was. People kept saying, look, we heard when he mentioned it. We heard what he said. Even his own people heard him say it, but then they claimed they didn't hear him say it. That's a whole nother topic for another day, because I got, man, too much to say about that man. But I got more to say about the motherfuckers who voted for him. But then again, at the same time, I think that I deserve to even talk about the motherfuckers who didn't vote at all, especially when I was over here trying to get people to vote. And it didn't really matter where you voted, because I know most Black people, if you decide to go vote, you was possibly going to really think about who you're going to vote for. Right? You're gonna think about it. I knew that most of Black women, when you go do a little research before you go and stand in that fucking line, you was gonna really do a little enough research to where you possibly was not gonna be voting for him, because you would have done the research. The Black men, on the other hand, right, the ones who don't vote, if I could have gotten them to go vote, I don't know where they would have voted. These niggas dumb. I had motherfuckers wanting to vote for somebody they knew couldn't win. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine that nobody is mentioning that bitch who was running? And yet that was people voted for. Like, you got to feel insignificant. You got to feel just as dumb as I said it was to give her your vote. And you ain't got no say in shit. Ain't got nothing and nothing. You ain't getting no power for voting for somebody who everybody knew couldn't win. It's almost the most ridiculous fucking thing ever. And I kept saying it. And they just want, see, these motherfuckers really wanted to vote for him for real. So they voted for her. I even started hearing him talking about, Trump gonna make me some money. Then I'm gonna wait for your ass to show me what Trump gonna make you some motherfucking money. And when I say make you money, don't get up here showing me what your stocks did. I need you to show me what your stocks did, and then show me how much money you working in a job, and you gonna tell me which one of them is making you money. Are you barely making it because you may have made 35 cents on this stock, but you lost your whole fucking job? You lost your whole fucking job, but you gonna show me where you made $30 last month in stock market, huh? See, I knew I was talking to idiots when I was talking to them. I damn near got so mad that I called them idiots and had to apologize for it. But you know what? They didn't give a fuck because they would rather die than to vote for a woman or a black woman claiming to be black, not black, whatever. And these niggas came up with all sorts of reasons. And then they voted for a fucking white woman. You gonna have to, and I asked them to explain it to me. I was like, oh, you want to vote for the white woman? You ain't, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So we got this woman who we know been in Congress and all that shit for a long time, doing good things, and vice president. She's a woman. Okay, you claim that she's not black? Cool. She's not black. So what made you vote for that non-black white woman? See, baby, their hatred towards black women always appear. It don't matter if they got daughters. It don't matter if they got granddaughters. It don't fucking matter. Some of these niggas hate fucking women, yo. But more importantly, they hate black women. They hate black women. And they proved it. When they voted for a white woman they knew nothing about, Jill Stein. Don't even like, and then they tried to get me to do research on her. The fuck is you talking about? See, I'm not an idiot and I'm not slow. And you can't convince me of something that of some shit that I already know by giving me more information about some other shit. I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot, right? We already know she can't win. We would be dumb as fuck to give her the vote. We ain't heard nothing about that bitch since. Your vote didn't get nothing done. There was nobody who say, oh, look, that was a small group of people who voted for her. Maybe we should start a new party. Like they claimed that was gonna do. That there's always been a fucking independent. There's always been independence. There's independence on Congress floor. There's independence out here. But you know what? They've been here for a very long time. And you know what hasn't happened? There's other fucking third party. There's been many parties, in fact. And they still haven't become significant enough to do something. So them small ass, you know, he won on such a small, narrow margin that if Jill Stein didn't take the votes that she took, that he would have lost. They was claiming that he won by a landslide because them motherfuckers don't know what he won with the most smallest popular vote ever in history. That means less people voted. Period. Less people voted, y'all. They didn't vote for her. They didn't vote for him. So his popular vote, even though he won a popular vote, the number is small compared to any other time. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day and no nother time. Cause I get worked up. Cause I don't. Y'all know this man only been in office for a month, and look at the fuck shit that done happened. You got to understand, a man who's not. They claim that he wasn't Republican, which is true. But when was he ever a politician anyway? Right. So we know that he don't care about this country. He don't care about the military folk. He don't care about the veterans. He don't care about. Remember, he called the ones who got caught. They were just stupid. Like the things this man said and the things that he's done kind of showed you he didn't care about America. And even if you want to get rid of the Constitution, which is built has built this country, that essentially says you don't care about America. He wants to change America. And if you want to change America, that means you don't like it. You want to change it. That by definition means you want to change it. Mean you don't like it. You're not fucking with it the way it is. You want to do it the way you want to do it. We still got people claiming they shouldn't even be voting. They still haven't learned the lesson from where we at right now. You can't win the game by not playing the game. That got to be the most ridiculous shit that them white people convinced our people of, and we still riding with it. Well, I'm just not going to participate. Well, you're not going to win. You can't claim that you ain't got this and ain't got that if you not even going to win. Motherfucker, don't complain you ain't getting no trophy, nigga. You didn't even win. You didn't even participate. Then you're angry that those who participated got a trophy for participating. Yeah, they deserve one. Your bitch ass was too scared to even participate. You cannot win. You can't make changes by not participating. You only give them the right to do it the way they want to do it. They make the laws, and we don't have the power to change the laws or prevent them from making new laws because we aren't participating. Right now, they could go and in your state, in most of y'all states and counties, they could go tomorrow night and put up some law that they want to pass. They're going to make up the law in that meeting. They're going to post it in the paper like they have to do it. Then they're going to tell you when they're going to push it through at the next vote. And shit like that. That's how the shit go down. And because you're not participating, guess what? You're not there to say, no, we don't want this. No, we against this. And give them a reason why you against it. Nah, you ain't there to tell them you against it. They don't know you against it. They don't give a fuck if you against it because you ain't come there to tell them and participate, and therefore they push it through. And the only thing you're going to do is suffer from it. Every law on the books had a process. And that almost all them processes, definitely since civil rights, the last civil rights bill, we have always had an ability to be in that fucking room to stop them. And yet, you wasn't there. Now, we talk about post or post, pre. If we talk about anything before civil rights, the last civil rights bill, that's different, right? That's different. They would prevent you from being at the meetings. Now, on your way to go vote, they would lynching people and shit, right? They were doing all kinds of things to make sure you wasn't there. But yeah, there's no excuse, baby. Even then, them people were still going, getting lynched, getting harmed, getting beat up, in order to protect the rights of us as a whole. Now, motherfuckers talking about you sound like my grandmother, so I ain't gonna mess with them white people. And my grandmother sound just like Vic. Look, I get on Vic, yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, Vic. There's almost like a love and there's a love because I love my grandmother, But there's also that the disdain, right, of her being afraid of white people, but with a little understanding, right, because of the time she come from. Vic is like my old ass grandma, okay? Except there's this love because I love my grandmother. He remind me of my motherfucking grandma. I don't know if he should take that as a compliment or not, okay? But that nigga remind me of my grandma, in the sense that she was very afraid of white people. So I got, and then I got this, got this thought of this nigga is like a bitch. But my grandmother was a woman. And when I say a bitch, I'm talking about a woman, okay? He's very much like my motherfucker grandma. And he has no reason though. Cause he ain't seen nobody get lynched. He ain't never walked up and down his street and see somebody possibly hanging in a tree. He didn't come from a time where when your child wasn't home by the sundown, which black people in certain areas knew to be home, that the next day they went out looking in trees because they know that's where they're gonna find them. That's the time my grandparents came from, where they all know he ain't come home. They know first thing in the morning they're gonna send some people out to see what tree he's in. That's crazy. And it's real too. Okay? It's real. Um, we got black people acting like we still stuck there. And the thing is, they'll claim nothing's changed. Oh, baby, so much has changed. Even since the fucking 70s, a lot has changed. Since the 80s, a lot has changed. Since the 90s, a lot has changed. These motherfuckers make it seem like nothing has changed. We've been fighting for rights. Yes, you're supposed to fight for rights if you want them. The thing is, what has changed is mostly on our end, where we don't fight for fucking rights. You want to sit on your ass and claim nothing's going to be changed. These motherfuckers speak like they just dumb. And they young and dumb, and then they old and dumb. I don't know how a 30-year-old think you can tell me anything about any motherfucking thing. Nigga, I've been with my husband, married to him, longer before you've been born. And therefore, like I've been an actual married woman before you was born. And you want to tell me about history? Nigga, we even, you talk, and the history he talking about is in the last 30 years. And I'm like, but a lot of us been actively living here longer than that 30 years you talking about. You can't tell me nothing about no motherfucking 30 years. Look, we might can have an argument or debate about what happened in the last 200 years, right? I wasn't here 200 years ago. You wasn't. We might be able to have a healthy debate. But I'd be goddamn if you gonna tell me about anything that happened in the last fucking 30 years. I got a 30-year-old son. And I didn't have my children as teenagers neither. Like I actually had my children when I was a grown, full-fledged fucking adult. You know? I was 25 when I had my first. I was 27 when I had my second. So I'm just a little confused when these young niggas want to come and have conversation. But you know what I noticed is that they do that to me and other women. But if I was a man, though, giving out certain things, they kind of eat it up. They sit back and they learn a little bit. They learn. They might give a little pushback, but then they eating up and they comparing. But if it's a woman giving them information, ain't nothing but pushback the whole motherfucking time. And I could give them facts, show them facts, right? And they don't matter because these niggas will then start saying that's the white man gave you that information. And I'm like, what? So now the argument is that the white man gave out the information? They act like there's not other places around the world, but then you realize that when they talk about the white man, they actually talk about anything other than black is what they're talking about. Okay. So then now the discussions get a little different when you're talking to dumbass niggas. Okay. Can't have an argument with a nigga who think that the Irish people and the Europeans are the same fucking people. And I had somebody tell me that shit. There ain't no difference. But nigga, what? There's no difference between the Irish and the Sicilians. Nigga, there's no difference. I'm like, okay. I realize there's no conversation to be had with somebody who just don't want to deal with facts. They just want to deal with what they perceive to be factual in their mind. We can't really have real conversations if you really just gonna just break everybody into two categories, black and white. Because even in our community, you won't even give us that opportunity, right? Because don't be as light as bomb, and then because you're really ready to tell me, well, I'm not even black enough. You know, you know what? You're ready to start telling me I'm not black enough. You start telling other people they're not black enough, and then we start having arguments with the ones who come from Africa, right? And tell them that they're separate from us. Okay, and I'm not saying they're not, but how is it that we are separate from other Africans or other black people from other nations? So if that's true on our behalf, wouldn't that be true with the Sicilians and the Irish people? Wouldn't that be true with the French and the people from Spain? Huh? 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 I'm just saying. You mean I'm different than the person from Africa, Ethiopia? I'm different from them. So why is Spain and French not different? Why the Germans and Europeans, why aren't they different? And so that's why I realized I can't have a conversation with those who just stupid. And look, and you could be ignorant to some things. It could be something you just don't know, you never thought about. But when somebody put it on the table for you to think about it and you just slap it away, just simply, that's when you're stupid. It's like you're stupid. You purposely stupid. And because you're not fighting for the information to find information, you literally are just trying to be right and fit everything into your narrative. Okay. I have been around Germans. I can assure you Germans and people from France are different. Okay. Their cultures are different. Their language is different. Their food is different. Their music is different. Like we could go on and on and on. And the only thing that we'll see is that they have lighter skin. And then we'll lump them up as the same. It can be detrimental to us though. Because they realize we lumping them as the same. They might actually come together as the same to go against us. If we have lumped up and to go against them as the same. But we won't even realize that they're different. And we can never find allies if everybody who don't look like us is an enemy. And I'm just saying, like, I'm going to tell you what, back in the 70s, the 60s and the 70s, there was a belief that they would brown this country up. And I'm going to tell you that there were men, my uncle's ages, my father's ages, which will be my parents' age, right? But the men was set out to brown this nation on purpose. They always figured the browner it become, the better it will become. They always had a feeling that if a white racist daughter ended up having a mixed baby, that the racist might change his frame of thought when his grandkids come into the world, right? I'm only telling you what the belief was back then. You could believe me or not, but I guess you'll have to talk to them men, right? The same fucking men who failed at being able to get with a white woman to create some brown children. You know, he's a fucking failure at it. He might not want to tell you that that's what it was, but you could go and look this shit up. This was a belief. And so they set out to do it on purpose. On purpose, a lot of them. If they had the opportunity, white women was right there with them, right? Going to college with black men. All kinds of shit was going on, right? Free love. You don't remember that? I know you don't remember. You're not old enough. Okay. It was all kinds of shit that I'm listening to these men say back then. And so they thought the browner it become. It was even on radio stations. It was also on TV stations. You would hear them say the browner the country become. Oh, and by the way, a lot of this was even before they opened the borders and had more brown people come in. See, there's an understanding that if they bring black people or brown people in, then maybe the whites will stay with the whites and they'll stay from the black men. Okay? And stop having their babies. Stop having them babies. So they made it look like the country is browner because they let a lot of brown people in. They did. But there's a shitload of mixed kids out in this bitch too, huh? Ha! I know. Some of y'all may have heard exactly what I'm saying. And some of y'all may be hearing it for the first time. I don't know. But I can assure you, okay, that even over there with the Malcolm X's and shit, they were sleeping with them fucking white women. Okay, they wasn't marrying them or anything like that. They sure was sleeping with, trying to brown this world up one motherfucking vagina at a time, baby. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna see if I'm going to think to see if I have any uncles who will have no problem talking online, baby. Or maybe I can get them on the phone and record, have a conversation with them that they'll let me record. Cause listen, I got them uncles in my motherfucking family. They was the neighbors. Okay. And the shit's still going through. Young men are still doing it today. Difference is they marrying them, but not as much, right? They making baby mamas out of white women too. Okay. Lots of white baby mamas out here. These niggas gonna act like they ain't got no white baby mamas out here. It's a lot of them. It's a lot. Okay. It, anyway, hubby made me some breakfast and I didn't even eat it. Okay. You see, they ain't called me back, but I don't need them to come back. I still haven't gotten the message though. So I gotta call them before my doctor's office closed. Okay, let me call them right quick. Hey Siri, call Walgreens. No. They're gonna call the wrong Walgreens. I got one Walgreens in my phone and the other one is not locked in.
Hi, thanks for calling Walgreens at Community Plaza in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Para continuar en español, oprima 9. How can I help you today?
Pharmacist.
Okay, the pharmacy. What would you like to do? Refill a prescription, get a prescription status, hear the pharmacy hours, or something else?
Talk
Subscribers.
to the pharmacist.
Just so you know, the pharmacy will be closing for a meal break at 1:30 p.m. until 2 p.m. and is open until 9 p.m. Tomorrow, we're open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and closed for a meal break at 1:30 p.m. until 2 p.m. Connecting you to the pharmacy.
Let's see if they're gonna hang up on me. They had a system problem yesterday. I thought they was purposely hanging.
Line to speak with a member of our staff.
Yesterday, I thought they was purposely hanging up on me, to where I started calling them from my other Google Voice number and a couple other numbers. I called them from my husband's cell phone. I was like, these bitches purposely hanging up on me. But come to find out, they had a system problem.
We're sorry, our staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
I just wanted to know how many people was ahead of me, if they could tell me. They usually tell you there's 2 callers ahead of you, or there's 3, or they'll say there's more than 3 callers ahead of you. That means it could be any number. But if they tell you it's 3 callers, 2 callers, or 1 caller, but I didn't get a message telling me they got. My doctor's office told me they did it. So I need to know if the doctor's office said they did it. I believe them. Hello? That's weird. They answered the phone, y'all, and hung up just now. Remember I said it's weird because the music, they have music that plays. The music play, and you can always hear the music play. Then the music stopped. So I knew somebody picked it up. And then they hung. I say hello. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna just go through the automated system. Let's see if I can do that. And see. Let me this is crazy. Oh, God. I know what to do. I think I could go. It says I have no prescriptions in progress. Yeah. Hey babe, you listening? Can you go sign in? And I looked on the wow. Let me okay, wait, what's this? Okay, I went to another link and they do wait. No, I don't know what that is. Babe. Hubby, Jesus. This old. No. Oh no! Wait. Let me hit another one. So I hit the link from yesterday. It tells me nothing's in progress. Let me hit this one. Let me see. Now they're telling me I do have something in progress, but it's no date. I don't know if this is old or not. So I'm gonna go through the automated system. Let's see what they say. Hey Siri, redial.
Hi, thanks for calling Walgreens. Para continuar en español, oprima 9. How can I help you today?
Check status of prescription.
Sure. Just tell me the patient's date of birth or the prescription number.
November 2169.
I didn't get that.
Okay.
Tell me the patient's date of birth or the full prescription. The date of birth is November 21st, 1969, right?
Yes.
Thanks. Just a second. It's for oxycodone 10 milligram immediate release tablet, 30-day supply. We're still working on it. We'll get in touch with you when oxycodone 10 milligram immediate release tablet is ready for pickup. If that's all you needed, feel free to hang up. Or let me know how else I can help you.
Talk to pharmacist.
Okay, the pharmacy. What would you like to do? Refill a prescription, get a prescription status, hear the pharmacy hours, or something else?
Something else.
Prescribers. To refill a prescription, press 1. To check the status of a prescription, press 2. Just so you know, the pharmacy will be closing for a meal break at 1:30 p.m. until 2 p.m. and is open until 9 p.m. Tomorrow, we're open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and closed for a meal break at 1:30 p.m. until 2 p.m. Connecting you to the pharmacy.
That's crazy as hell.
Please remain on the line to speak with a member of our staff.
Okay. I'm gone, y'all. They're gonna hang up on me again. But it's their system. But that was somebody answered the phone. Okay. As soon as I say hello, they hung it up.
I'm sorry, our staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
I need to get this straight before my doctor's office closes. You see? Even though they don't close till 9, doctor's office closed at 3:30. And if they don't have the medication, then I can have the doctor send it to another Walgreens. But if they tell me they don't have the medication after my doctor's office closed,
Answering other calls. Please hold on.
I'm gonna be in trouble. So I just need this straight before my doctor's office closes. That's all. And this is the way they changed the rules. I'm not sure if it's like that all over, but here in Delaware, when you have a certain type of script, which is narcotics, they don't give you a script anymore in your hand. It's an e-script that you never get.
This is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
And so now this is the thing with an e-script when it's narcotics. They can't transfer it nowhere. So let's say you have a script for, I don't know, just anything else, right? You got a script, it got sent to Walgreens, and they say we don't have it in stock. Cool. Normally,
sorry, the staff is answering other calls.
Okay, cool.
And we'll be with you shortly.
Normally, you could get the script back, and you could take it to another pharmacy, right? You could bring it to another Walgreens or anywhere else, and see who have it. But when it's an e-script, you can't do that when it's a narcotic. Now, I can do that if it's not a narcotic. So let's say it's not a narcotic, it was e-script, and they tell me they don't have it. Well,
sorry, I'm answering other calls. Please hold on, and we'll be with you shortly.
If it's an e-script, but it's not a narcotic, this Walgreens can send it to another Walgreens, and I wouldn't have no problem. I can even get Walgreens to send it to Walmart. I could get them to send it to CVS, right? I could do that, but not when it's a narcotic.
Sorry, the staff is answering other calls. Please hold on, and we'll be with you shortly.
When it's a narcotic, the script goes to the only place you could get it. So I just need to make sure that they have it. Okay, because if they don't have it, then I need the script to be sent somewhere else. And and it's really crazy because
we're sorry, our staff is answering other calls. Please hold on, and we'll be with you shortly.
Most people at work, and these people, if I go to that place is not packed like that. They be fucking lying. They probably got 3 people in line. Okay.
We're sorry. My staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
They only be having two people working. That's the problem. I'm gonna put on some clothes, baby. If I gotta put on clothes and go to that place, I am not gonna be friendly. I just kind of know it. I'm not gonna be friendly. I'm not gonna be nice.
We're sorry. The staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
I'm gonna send hubby. At least I know they got the script, but I'm about to have hubby go. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull out some cards. Look, I want hubby to do something for me. I'm gonna be like, let me, baby, want to play another hand of blackjack? I need you to go. I need you. Um,
Sorry, the staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
I'm like, I need you to go. I don't. I He always go get my meds, but usually we already know they really prepared. You know what I mean? He don't like to ask questions, and I get it. Some people don't like ask questions. I used to be like that. You know, um, where I am asking lots of questions, and I want to know what the hell's going on.
Sorry, the staff is
Okay.
answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
See, yesterday I would have got my medicine if hubby would have called me. But he knew if he called me, he know I'm gonna ask him more questions and want to know what's going on. Okay. But they didn't scrap that other meds. I don't give a shit about that. Okay. We just
Sorry.
figure that out next month.
And we'll be with you shortly.
They still haven't told me how many people are in front of me. Okay. Well, I'm gone, y'all. Listen, I rambled on long enough. Okay. And what I'm gonna do, I am going to convince hubby.
Sorry. Staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you
I have a
shortly.
doctor's appointment tomorrow too, don't I? Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna convince hubby through the card play, okay? Through the card play to go and pick up. He's not gonna like it because he gotta go stand in that store and then they'll process whatever's there. Other than that, they're not gonna process it.
Sorry. The staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
I'm gonna get dressed. If I get dressed, it's gonna be all hell gonna break loose. Okay? I'm not gonna cuss him out. I don't cuss him out. The hell don't be me cussing and getting irate. The hell is I need some answers. And now get me your supervisor. You know what I mean? That's usually how it is.
Sorry. The staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
But they're not doing nothing wrong right now. Okay? Um, I'm in line. And I got hung up on twice, three times today. Uh, two of them by individuals and one by the automated system itself.
I'm sorry. The staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
What should I do? Okay, I'm gone. I'm gonna wait and see, but I'm gonna get off of here. I know y'all don't want to hear them, and I can't really talk when they interrupt me with that message thing. Okay, I could I could talk through the music, and I can end the music.
Sorry, the staff is answering other calls. Please hold on, and we'll be with you shortly.
Okay, let me see if I can end that. Nope. Damn, they're not even letting me in that music. Used to be. Okay, bye y'all. I may be back later. Is Sharon still on?
Sorry, the staff is answering other calls. Please hold on, and we'll be with you shortly.
Let me see. I got sign on the TV. Um, oh, wait, yeah, Sharon's still alive. Let me see.
Clear it up. Let me clear it up. So the video I was reviewing at first, the people that sent me the video,
that was Auntie's video.
Auntie.
Right. That's right.
That's the point. That wasn't your video.
I just asked Sharon if you wanted the unedited version, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
You're not missing this. I'm not talking
about
you.
Bro, just play the video. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
what
sir.
I'm saying is that nigga and T, we don't like each other. In the video, it made it seem like I was in my feelings.
Thanks for calling Morgan. If I can help you.
Yes, I was calling to check on my script.
Okay. What's out for like lunch right now, but we'll have this ready for you by like when we open up by 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay. After you know, okay. So I can have hubby come get it by 2:30 and be ready for him.
Yeah, we're gonna have that ready for you when we come back. Yeah, so just make sure he has his like ID and then your date of birth and everything.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Sorry about that mixed up earlier.
Okay. Right. Thank you. Bye bye.
You're welcome.
Okay, y'all. I must have hit the mute button by accident or something, and then I saw it muted. But they apologized. But they did have it sitting to the side. Apparently, that's what you heard us say. Well, we had it sitting to the side, but nobody could find it. And how does that even make logical sense? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Maybe that don't make no sense. It makes sense if it was at my house. Like if I said, hey, I'm holding it for you, right? And then I hold it, and then I left, and you came to get it, and my sons didn't know where I put it because I'm not a business, right? You said, well, Bomb said she got it for me, and they'd be like, well, we don't know where she put it. Okay, that makes sense. But now let's bring that to a business, right? We're not friends. You're not doing me no favor. She's not my friend. I don't know this woman. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even getting along on the phone that well because she was saying stupid shit to me. Like she wouldn't even tell me how much it cost if I wanted to pay out of pocket. She was even saying that you can't buy it out of pocket. I'm like, why can't I buy it out of pocket? She said, because you have insurance. And I said, but you just told me I don't have insurance. You know, it makes no sense. You telling me you won't process it because I don't have insurance. And then when I say, okay, I'm gonna come and pay for it, you tell me you can't sell it to me because I don't have because I have insurance. And so when I was like, hey, when I made it, that makes sense, right? I'm like, what you're saying don't make sense, lady. Then she gave me a price. And she told me $21. I told her, okay, I'm gonna send hubby to get it. Right? I forgot she came up with something else when I said, okay, hubby gonna come get it. And then I let her know, though, they're gonna refund me, right? Because I have 7 days for them to go back and rebuild. They will rebuild. If you ever go and pick up some shit and you got 7 days to go and they'll give you your money back. They'll rebuild it. And the reason I know, because I have 2 insurances, and sometimes like the second insurance, like right now, the second insurance, no, we'll pay for this one that I got, but they wouldn't have paid for the morphine because I would have needed a what they call it. My second insurance is a little harsher than my first insurance. My first insurance didn't need authorization, prior auth, right? But the second insurance want prior auth, which means I would have had to wait another day. But all they pay is like if my copay is $5, they pay everything except $1. So they pay $4 and I only had to pay $1, right? So sometimes I don't even want to wait. I'd be like, okay, I would just pay the fuck $5, right? I'll pay the $5. Now when they start talking about $25 and $50, I ain't paying no 20. I ain't paying no $50, okay? When I have another insurance They're gonna pay everything except $1. But one year I did that shit all year. Cause hubby wouldn't tell them to say what they wouldn't process my second insurance. And hubby would just pay. Y'all, instead of him just saying, hey, don't you have another insurance? Where they can look and say, oh, and then process it, he would just pay the $25. He did that all year, and it pissed me off. Now he's not gonna do that again, because I'm gonna tell you, by him doing that, somewhere like September of that year, I went with him to get the medicine. And when they told me it was $25, I was like, no, I have another insurance. And they was like, we don't see it. And I was like, but I said, but you've been charging it all year. And they said, no. And I argued with them people that I know they've been charging it all year. And you know what Mr. Mark did, y'all? He walked away. He was on side of me when I was talking. He walked away. Now, I assumed he walked away because he knew it was about to get ugly, right? He knew that I was going to argue and things like that. But, these people pulled out some proof on my ass. They was like, no, ma'am, only one insurance. I said, but I've only been paying $1. They said, no, ma'am, you've been paying $25. I snapped over, I looked at the proof, and I snapped my head over to Mr. Mark. Boom! My head snapped so fast. Bam! I looked over at him. And the way he looked at me and put his head down, I knew. Oh, baby. I'm thinking, so I just said, I told the people, I said, thank you very much. And we and hubby go get in the car. On the way to the car, I am pissed off. Why am I pissed? Because my husband made me into a liar. See, it's one thing. I'm not going to argue some non-facts. I'm not going to argue just to argue, and I'm not going to argue with the thought that I could be wrong, right? So there's a couple of people in this world that I trust damn here with everything. And one of them people happened to be my husband. And every time he would bring me my script, I asked him, did it go through the second insurance? And he would tell me, yeah. I said, okay. Hey, did you make sure to tell him about the second insurance? Yep. Okay. Hey, you told him about the second insurance? Yep. Okay. So the whole goddamn year, I'm thinking it went through the second insurance like it should have. And I'm saying, okay, right? Because he told me, yeah. And now when I'm actually there and I realize, why am I paying this $25 when I should be only paying $1? They tell me that I've been paying $25 the whole year. What? And I didn't believe them. Like, can you imagine that I didn't believe them and I gave them a hard time? Like, I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. Boy, when we got in the car, man, because of course I'm not going to argue with him in front of nobody, but he could tell based on my looks. He could tell with me grunting. Speaking of my breath, walking to the car. My little short, stubby ass wobbling to the car, baby. Purse on and just as mad as can be. We get in the car and oh shit, break loose. Now, I'm crying because I'm mad. And I'm mostly mad because I have been lied to for no reason at all. And now I'm in there arguing some shit, knowing with all my heart that I'm right. Why? Like, if it would have been my kids, even with my kids, if I would have asked them, I would have believed them too. Uh, so why would I doubt my husband? I wouldn't, right? I wouldn't doubt my husband. I wouldn't doubt him. I'm like, nah, he told me. He told me. So I know what I'm talking about is right. Oh, baby. I was so hurt. I was mostly embarrassed because I know I'm standing on principle. I know I'm standing on what's right. I know what I'm saying is right because what he told me was right. And I was hurt that he wasn't telling me the truth. And I don't even understand why. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. All he had to say was, did it go through the second insurance? And they would have put it through the second insurance. But now think about this. Because that medication hadn't gone through the second insurance in a period of time, by the time I was there to get it to go through there, they needed prior authorization because it looks like I hadn't been getting that medicine from that insurance point of view since it hadn't been processed through them. Then it looks like I hadn't been getting it. It looks like it's a new medication to me. And now I got to wait a whole day for my doctor to go through prior authorization, which means I'm not about to get my medicine right now and blah, blah, blah. Or I'm going to pay this $25. Yeah, I'm going to pay this $25 right now and not get it. But what I did, I ended up calling the insurance company on the phone. I was so pissed off at hubby. I wasn't pissed off. I was hurt. I was so hurt, y'all. So I called the insurance company and I'm explaining, hey, this is what happened. It hadn't been processed. I need to pick it up. And they processed it right away for me. They didn't have to go to the doctor's office because they was able to see essentially that I really was on the medicine, even though they wasn't paying for their part. And they processed it for me. Um, But see, a closed mouth don't get fed, right? I could have let it go, waited the next day, or I could have paid the $25, which I'm gonna be honest, $25 times 12, that's a lot of money, especially when I would only be paying $1 times 12. $1 times 12, I can easily add that up in my mind. That's 12 fucking dollars. $25 times 12, I really got to think about that for a motherfucking second. I got to split that up into fours because each $25 times four is $100. And then, I got to split up that shit and come up with that. We know that if I go over $100 compared to $12, then I don't need to do no motherfucking mathematics. You understand? I already know one is way better than the other because I don't even pay $25 in the whole year if I go through this insurance, but we was paying that shit every month. Okay? No need to know math, baby. I could be dumb as fuck. I do know one thing. $1 is way cheaper than 25 motherfucking dollars, okay? And so, but I was hurt, y'all. I was hurt. I was so hurt. Not because he made me into a liar. It's almost like I don't like being called a liar. I'm not a liar. I'm not purposely gonna lie to nobody, right? And I felt like he made me into a liar because I stood on what I thought was factual and, truth. And I based that on him, not me believing in him, knowing him. And yeah, there's a little truth. We got a little problem with trust, since that. So now when he can't question why I asked him 2 and 3 times about something because I'm only basing it on, you know, uh, the past. He'd be like, I told you, yeah. Be like, yeah, okay. if I tell him I did something, then he know I did it. He ain't gonna be able to say, you told me you did it and you did. No, okay. Um, hubby pulled out the $25 instead of asking him, hey, she got another insurance. But it has changed since then, y'all. It has changed. That would just happen last year, a year before last now. Because it's 2025. I think that was 2023, like September 2023, when all that shit blew up. And he driving me around talking about we could go to another one. I'm like, we ain't go. It don't matter which one we go to. He trying to make it better. I'm like, none of that gonna make it better because you turned me into a liar. Oh my God, I'm sitting there. And when I say arguing with people, I'm not cussing them. I'm not really being loud or anything. I know I'm using those words, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm just being persistent, right? I'm questioning what they're telling me, and um, Yeah, I'm not cussing no people out at no goddamn store. Okay, except that white woman the other day, and that's because I told y'all what she did me. Okay, um, I'm not going to no store and but I'm not just taking anything they say. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I know I exaggerate sometimes with my storytelling and make it better, right? I'm Mayor Bomb was out there, she cussing everybody out, but the truth is, I'm not that type of person. I'm not cussing people out. Okay. And even with that white woman, y'all heard with the story, I felt bad. I felt like maybe she needed it more than I did. It was fucked up. Oh man, I felt so fucked up when she got real smart and gonna ask me why I didn't put it back and plug it back up where it go. Even though we had just made a deal that I'm putting it right there for her. That bitch, baby. Woo, baby. Mm-mm. Anyway, y'all, I'm gone. Look like Beans and Drip arguing.
It's about you. And I'm really in my feelings about what's going on in my real life, which is
This nigga talking about he really in his feelings. Beans is a bitch. Beans is a whole bitch, man.
Okay, cool. So with that being said, I didn't even see the show. So with that being said, I called Beans and I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, you know what, bro? My bad.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to listen to the drip them over there, okay? Drip. And I like Drip. Drip real quick. He not against women and shit. He talk that real shit. And I like him. He cool. Um, Beans is a bitch, okay? But apparently it looked like something happened with Aunt T. Something. I don't know. I'm going to listen. I'm gonna be real messy. Okay, we might talk about it later. As soon as I get my medicine, I'll feel better. Okay, and and then I may be back tonight after I wake up because I know I've been up since. No, I slept all night last night. Well, no, I didn't sleep all night. We didn't go to sleep until late, like this morning, because we played uh naked poker. Okay, I don't know what time we went to sleep. Me and hubby fell asleep across the bed all weird, and then he woke me up and said we got to get in the bed right because he's so tall. He already hang off the bed even the right way. So with the way we was, he was hanging. My ass so short. It don't matter how I lay on the bed. I'm fully in the bed, y'all. It don't matter which way. Okay, the long way or the short way. My short ass fully in the bed. Hubby, I told him we were gonna get a king, California king. Said we're gonna get, I was only getting it for Leak. But that's why hubby didn't want to get it, y'all. I was gonna get that bed. He was like, "What are you getting it for? We don't need it." He didn't want Leak to be laying in between us. So he started talking about we don't need it. I was like, we do need it. You need it. But he kept hearing me say I was gonna get it so we could be comfortable with Leak in between us. And hubby don't want Leak in between us, okay? He do not want his grandchild sleeping in between us. So he kept me from getting that California king bed. Mr. Bomb, yes, Mr. Bomb be tripping, okay? Look, him and Leak got even closer once Leak don't sleep with us no more. But when Leak was sleeping with us, and Leak always wanted to be in the middle. Hubby, I think hubby didn't like that too much, okay? Not every night. Leak always want to be in the middle. He always wants to sleep in here with us. He always wanted me to do his feet. He's a big boy now. He's not requiring asking for none of that. Every once in a while, I go in there and baby him and say, "Don't you want mama to do your feet? You want mama to do your feet?" He'll be like, "Okay." And he'll come in. But before he used to be like, he was expecting it, always wanting it. He's a big boy now. He's nothing like that. Okay, bye, y'all. I'm rambling. I want to go see these two fight. Bye.